wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It's Monday. That means it's time for Delete the Travis and Wrestling Gab and Raw and Monday Night Football, basketball, maybe even a little bit of hockey.
Death.
Broken
else. Legs. And I don't know what happens in basketball. What injuries do they get? Horrific injuries that they've shown on TV.
Dislocations and stuff.
Dislocation. Dislocations, death, and broken legs.
Yes.
Perfect.
There was a pretty brutal broken leg a few years back in basketball.
Oh.
The guy's leg came dislocated.
And it broke?
Oh, yeah.
Or was it just dislocated?
It was both. It was gross. It was gruesome. I can't remember the guy's name, though. He played for Indiana, and it was grody.
Huh.
Kind of like that one in college. Remember that one that kid's leg fell apart in
I
college?
think so. That was a long time ago, though. Wasn't it like 5-6 years ago, that one?
Yeah. Well, this one was, too.
Oh.
Around the same time. I forgot we had a pay-per-view this weekend. It was alright. I like that Kairi Sane came back. Still not a fan of Io, so hopefully Kairi turns on her or something and beats her up. Although I don't want to see her be champion either. Good stuff.
I don't know if I'd really change much and stuff like that, but yeah.
Yeah.
As we have people in our chat. We have Sophie in our chat. We have Walter in the chat. Pequel is with us. Robert Warney. Brandon Stevens is with us. Hey guys, how are you doing today? Sophie says, hi, how did you like the pay-per-view Saturday afternoon?
It's alright.
Walter says, hey Travis, hey Daphne, Raw. Sophie says, what was your biggest surprising moment from the pay-per-view Saturday?
I think there was only one surprise, and that was Kairi Sane.
But was that your biggest surprising moment?
I didn't see another surprise.
There was no surprising moment to you?
I can't think of any. I mean, I knew Ray would lose. Yeah, I don't think there was any match that I was like, holy shit. Maybe, yeah, Solo dominating John Cena, that's just bad booking. That's not really a surprise, but
Travis doesn't have his mic on, so. Walter says, Crown Jewel was good. Pequel says, it was mid. Robert says, my good people, what's up? Not much, Robert. How was your weekend? Brandon says, white girlfriend married Brandon Stevens. And Sophie says, I wasn't in here on Saturday. I was in someone else's watch along. Cool. I'm glad you're telling us that. Congratulations. Pequel says, hey, Gab gang. Walter says, good luck to John Cena. Logan Paul won. Boo. And Sophie's like, Kairi Sane is back. And Cole's like, you're .I. Mike is low. That's what he was going with.
yeah.
So he says, what is wrong with Dee's voice? Nothing. What's wrong with your voice?
What's wrong with your voice?
So he says, Crown Jewel had a lot of mixed reactions. You know, what's funny about that is all the pay-per-views always have mixed reactions. Every time we get to watch one, and they have mixed reactions. So
in like 20 days, well, 19 days or whatever it is, there's going to be another WWE pay-per-view. Survivor Series. Should be pretty good with the War Games.
Right. Isn't there an AEW one this month, too, or is that next month?
Yeah, it's the week before.
Okay. That's what I thought.
But, so 2 weeks from now.
Right. And then the other one's on Thanksgiving? Or is the AEW one's on Thanksgiving? Which one's on Thanksgiving weekend?
WWE.
Okay.
But they're bookend. So, Thanksgiving's on Thursday. The AEW one's the Saturday before, and the WWE one's the Saturday after.
So none of them are on Thanksgiving weekend?
Well, Thanksgiving's on Thursday. So if you're talking about Friday, then Saturday. Yes, WWE's. That's the week after.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The Saturday after Thanksgiving is WWE. The Saturday before is AEW. I think it's Saturday. Could be Sunday. Whatever the 18th is.
Saturday. The 11th is this Saturday coming up.
Oh, yeah. Veterans Day. Seth starting out the show. Coming
Pickle.
off of his victory over Drew Mack.
Pickle is like, I always tell Wendy's that I ate at Five Guys earlier. It always makes them feel good that you came to them last, right? Or not at all. So if it's like, they announced a battle royal for the women's tonight, and Piccolo says the Iron Bowl is on Thanksgiving weekend. Iron Bowl.
It's Alabama and Auburn.
Oh. Okay.
The battle of the Alabama team.
Ravi's now in the chat. Hey, Ravi says, what's you guys saying?
Talking about
It's a lot of words
sports.
and weird areas that don't make sense.
Getting ready for Survivor Series and Full Gear. Still debating on whether I want to do Full Gear or not. AEW is getting to the point where it's hard to watch.
Travis Pinkston is in the chat.
Hey.
Can we watch WWE Monday Night Raw? Well, we won't be able to help you watch
we can't
it.
Show you it.
It's a copyright violation. We just talk about it and do watch along with it. If you do want to watch it, you can watch it on USA. I'm sure you could probably do a search and maybe find it on the internet somewhere. Googling it. Pickle's like, we talk about wrestling. Tyler says, no fear, me and Puggles are here. Cool beans. And Pickle's like, yeah, bro, go for it. All the watching. Seth Rollins starting out the Raw tonight, huh? He's like, I'm the one that doesn't have the jet lag. Here I am.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Where are they at tonight?
No idea. Of course you are.
Congratulations.
It's weird that you're heavyweight champion, but there's somebody else on the other brand that thinks he's heavyweight champion. Yet he's undisputed, and you're just disputed, I guess.
You shouldn't even have a championship if somebody's undisputed.
I'm always going to give people thanks.
Ooh. Is he supposed to wait for that until, like, Thanksgiving?
He wants to thank Drew for being a loser.
Aw, that's
Kind of a
sweet.
dick move.
It's always positive. Positive reinforcement there.
He's a little bit better, but a little tired.
Huh? A little bit better, but a little bit. Marcus is in the chat. Hey, Marcus says, what's up with Rollins' glasses?
Just ready to go skiing right after the show.
That's probably it. Tyler says Sammy stole Priest money in the bank briefcase. Oh, that was the surprise that did happen.
Yeah, that one. First
That
one
was a surprise. There was the surprise. I forgot about that surprise.
They had to do that.
That was the most surprising moment for me. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Everything else was like, nah. But yes, he did. Those two about to pull a Miz versus Otis at Hell in a Cell. Maybe. I don't know.
That'd be cool. Go to
Pinkston's
Kangaroo
like,
Court.
Daddy? Daddy what? Sophie says, tonight is the beginning of the road to War Games. CM Punk is once again in the rumor mill.
Yeah, because he had a meeting with Vince McMahon.
No, not the meeting.
Supposedly.
Marcus says, do you guys think Asuka will join Io and Kyrie? No.
Oh, no. Don't. No.
No.
She's not BFAB. That's not happening.
Oh my God, where's the briefcase, Sammy? Why didn't you bring it with you?
They just did it so that you didn't have to worry about it on Roman. Like, they didn't have to try to write it in.
Shouldn't he still have it?
Exactly. But
What'd they do, steal it back from him on the plane?
they just don't have good storytelling anymore. I mean, that would have been the simple one. And why is Sammy even out there?
They're even talking about it. He's there without said briefcase, yeah. Without said briefcase. Tyler says, nice haircut, Travis. Also, do you guys think Cena retired at Crown Jewel?
Retired to go back to movies, but not retired from wrestling. But I don't think we're going to see him again for a minute.
Marcus says Sammy forgot the briefcase on the flight in Saudi Arabia. Yeah? Is that what happened? That's what happened. Okay. I was wondering. Makes sense now.
Hey, that's that gymnast that all the guys are stalking. at she goes to LSU.
Huh.
And like every time there's a gymnastics event, they have to have extra security because she has rabid fans that just follow her around the country.
Well, there you go. Well, Pinkston, since that's what your name's going to be, which Travis? If anybody talks to Travis, usually it's going to be that Travis. Tyler says, Travis, rub. That Travis. Sophie says, if Sammy cashed in, that won't count for Priest cashing in, right? No. Marcus says, Sammy bringing back the man bun, I see.
Steph's got one too.
I don't know why you're saying that, Marcus, because, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Does my lap look uncomfortable for you? Is that, yeah? Okay, well, alrighty then. Bah. So he says Gunther can't perform outside the United States for 6 months. He confirmed in an interview.
So he's not going to be in Australia? That visa problem?
Pinkston says, I want ice cream. Cool, go get you some ice cream, bud.
We all scream for ice cream. What flavor? Strawberry?
Yeah, what's the flavor you're going to have? Seth looks like banana.
Yeah. By the way, they sell a banana Bluetooth wireless telephone. So it's like a telephone.
But it's a banana?
But it's a banana. But it Bluetooths to your phone so you can take your phone calls.
On a banana?
On a banana. Seth needs that.
And then you just have to have it say, when it rings, it says, banana in my tailpipe.
And a banana on my tailpipe. Fell for the old banana on the tailpipe. Somebody said thanks for the haircut, or I got a haircut, and I said thank you.
Yeah, that was Tyler.
I just did it myself today. I was so sick of my hair being that long. I was like, oh my God.
Pinkston says, WWE is the best. Ravi says, D has a man bun also. I'm glad you think I'm a man. Tyler says, Puggles wants Squirrel. That damn squirrel is teasing Puggles. Ravi's laughing. Pinkston's like, game over. Pico's like, wow, is this going to be a Barney? What the fuck? Yeah, probably, I guess. Pinkston's like, yeah. And Marcus says, there will never be a great cash-in like Seth did at Mania 31.
Never.
Ooh, there's never going to be an opportunity. Just say no, Leopold. No opportunities.
Well, why would Seth or Sammy get a title opportunity anyways? Oh.
So he made him give it back? That's dumb as fuck. So we didn't get to see that storyline. They're just going to tell us. That's dumb as fuck.
You deserve
He says, like, you know what? I'm good. Cool beans, man. Tyler's like, Seth Rollins is the new mascot for the Savannah Bananas. Maybe. Tyler's like, P-Cola.
Right now. Let's get it over with.
Huh. Sophie says, do you think Damien will try to cash in tonight?
Uh-huh.
Well, technically, I don't think he should have his briefcase. I don't think it's cool that they made Sammy give it back to him. That's bullshit.
Boo.
Boo on that crap.
The Maple Leafs just scored. Because of the conspiracies.
The conspiracies.
Not happening, Sammy.
Oh my God, one day he's going to win it. Sammy's telling us right now it's going to happen.
The dark days of WWE.
The dark days. Pinkster says, big fan. Marcus says, I don't think Rollins will lose that title until Gunther goes after it. Pinkston says if someone made changes in your life, that would have to take a blank. Sophie says Damien got until the next Monday in the pay-per-view to cash in his briefcase.
Yeah, it's a minute.
Yeah, they could have had Sammy have it for a minute. That would have been hilarious. Giving
two baby faces fighting.
Pinkston's like,
Say
nice
when.
puppy. Where?
Huh?
We don't have a puppy.
We have puppies.
Yeah, but not in here.
No puppies in here. They're in the house. Well, one.
So if it says I don't think anyone hold onto the briefcase for an entire year before. Robbie says Seth better not hang out at street corners because people will be waiting for the traffic lights to change to green.
Or to red.
Marcus says, would you prefer the Money in the Bank at Mania or have it on pay-per-view? They could have 2 Money in the Bank matches since it's 2 nights.
They could do the women's one night, but I like the pay-per-view itself. So that looks like it's going to be your main event.
Tonight.
Seth and Sammy.
Just so you know.
Seth can't make any redheaded jokes at all.
Why?
That's why.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
He's probably got a little redheaded daughter.
Pico's like, they could. Pinkston's like, oh my gosh. So it was like, why with the men's one, the briefcase doesn't cash in right away, and the women, they cash in quickly?
The women always do, just to get it out of the way, I think. They probably don't want the women carrying it around. You got to remember, WWE is really lazy with the women's storylines. Really lazy with women's storylines. Oh, mommy. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
Is it a Damian Priest shirt?
I
The
think
Puerto
so.
Rican flag on it.
I think so. It says
Did you buy
Damian
that
Priest.
shirt?
I think that's it. I think it's what it is. Yeah, it is. It's a Damian Priest shirt.
Oh, it's the New Day. Yes, it is. We're going to see Big E.
Robbie says D was Crown Jewel better than you expected. For me, if Esta loses on a pay-per-view, it's always great.
Yeah, I just don't like who she lost to.
Marcus says, I bet the Raw superstars got to have hella jet lag with a PLE Saturday than Raw today. A little bit. Sophie says, we don't know where this Io, Kyrie, and Bayley storyline is going to go. Marcus says, if we do indeed get this little match, this title match, Priest will cost Sammy since Sammy ruined his chance on cashing in. Sophie says, the only people that don't have jet lag are the superstars who didn't do the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view. And Piccolo's like, we're all here for you, Damien. Robbie's like, so you enjoyed it, D? Did I say any words about it? I didn't say anything.
War Games. I wonder if they're going to do 2 War Games matches. Well, more than 2, I guess, because the women will have 1 too.
Mm-hmm. Chicago.
Those matches are an hour each. That's
at least.
nice.
Well, yeah, they should be at least an hour each. I don't know if they'll make the women's quite that long.
Well,
but yeah.
with the women's, it takes, I can't remember what it was. It was like 35 or 40 minutes just to get everybody in.
Yeah.
And then the women's match last year was so fast after they all got in.
Uh-huh.
It
That's
was
what I
like,
was saying.
and
Like, yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think theirs is quite an hour. Like, the men's for sure, but the women's is like, they're out there, okay, get it over with as fast as possible
by
now.
an hour is just close to, whatever, 50 minutes or something.
Marcus says, I want to see someone announce a cash-in like RVD did.
You know, we've seen people announce the cash-ins. John Cena's done it too. And,
Where they announce they're just going to do it?
yeah, like, I want a match next Saturday or whatever, whatever.
Oh, well.
That's my cash-in. And so they have to take it.
Huh.
The champion. They
Weird.
can't. Look at this little guy. Rubbling, bubbling, stumbling.
Holy crap.
He's tiny. I just don't know how anybody couldn't catch him. It was a punt return, it looks like.
Holy shit, yeah. An 87-yard punt return. What?
All the gunners ran the other direction. Because once he gets through, there is no one. And that's it.
Poor 89.
I know. Big tight end or whatever.
He's like, I don't even know why I'm still running.
I didn't give up till he passed the finish line. Touchdown, San Diego, a whale's vagina.
So he says, I wonder if they are going to have any regular matches besides the War Games.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Discovered by the Germans in 1909?
I can't remember what he says. Pico's like, ooh, Bridesmaids is on. Yeah,
That
just
shit's funny.
shitting in the street. So he says Daniel Bryan kind of teased that he was going to cash in. Robbie says Kyrie coming back. Who knew that shit would make it more spicy? Walter says Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn tonight. Yep, it's going to happen.
Looks like it's the main event.
So it says Mr. Kennedy kind of announced when he was going to cash in before he got injured and released. Marcus says, if you really think about it, the War Games match really isn't that long since the match technically doesn't start until everyone is in the ring.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. The women's match last year was like 7 minutes or something.
Walter says, New Day rocks. New Day get the win. Sophie says, we don't know if there is going to be a women's War Games match this year.
There will be.
There will be, yeah.
They were showing it on the highlights.
Yeah, Piglo says Eagles and Cowboys happen to be a great game. Walter says, okay, at 9:05 I'm going. I'll be here Wednesday for AEW, but I'm still in the chat.
Woo!
Pinkston's like, what is so funny? Yeah, is it me?
You're hilarious, brother.
Guess so. Sophie says, we don't know if Roman is actually going to be part of War Games this year.
I don't think he is. I heard rumors that he's not wrestling on a pay-per-view until the Rumble.
Mm.
And that's the only pay-per-view left.
Right? Pinkston's like, yeah, I'm going out of the way. Yeah, you're going out of the way to be funny? Cool, man. That works.
Sweet.
Well, it says Drew McIntyre is hurt.
Drew Mac.
What? Drew Mac is hurt. Sophie's like, if Roman does miss a big 5 pay-per-view, that is weird. Not really. Pinks is like, no. No, what? Pico's like, right, Roman will be MIA for the rest of the year, basically. Cortland is in the chat. Hey, Cortland, how's it going? Says, who do you have winning, Sammy or Seth? Seth.
Oh, definitely Seth.
Sammy's going to get messed up because of Damian Priest. They just showed him in the back having a meltdown.
He's wrestling right now against the New Day.
Walter's like, boo, Judgment Day. Pinkston's like, your video.
Video killed the radio star.
What about our video? So he says, now rumors are saying Drew already re-signed with the WWE.
Yeah, I thought he did like a month or so ago. But whatever.
Pinkston says, no, that's the only reason you. The only reason you what? Why are you being so threatening?
Oh my God.
John's like, hey, what's up in here? Up in here? I don't know, John. What's up, man? How you doing? How was the rest of your weekend? Did you get some food on Saturday? You seemed kind of hangry. So he says CM Punk's room would already have meetings with WWE board members. People's like, dang, Travis, I have a wonderful game leader. Yeah?
Woo! What kind of game?
I don't know. What kind of game, Piccola? What kind of game? That's wonderful.
I'm excited to play it.
Walter doesn't want Seth to win, but Damian Priest might cash in.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Just on a Raw. I feel like they're going to save that.
Pickle says, John, Wu-Tang symbol of Rough Riders. So is there anything going on with football? I don't know. The Chargers got a 87-yard return touchdown.
Yeah, punt return.
John says, oh, wasn't angry. Are you sure? Pickle's like the game of life. Ha ha! Woohoo!
Who's all excited for the new Percy Jackson show? It starts on December 20th. You guys read Percy Jackson? Any of you watched Percy Jackson? Read it? Anything?
Pinkston is going to bed. Bye. Bye, Pinkston.
See ya, Pinkston. Is it because Kingston's on?
So it says people cash in on random episodes of Raw and SmackDown over the years. Well, nobody said
Yeah,
you couldn't,
but not against... It's a different time because the story isn't there. Right? Like, they're not trying to put the title on somebody else. Like, when they tried to get it off Big E, you know, well, that was Brock, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But when they tried to put it on Big E, that's how they did it.
True.
Cash-ins and such.
Yep. John says, I know those birds are 8-1. What birds?
Your Eagles?
The Eagles? Harley's in the chat. Hey, Harley says, what's up? Sorry that I'm late to the party. You're not late. You're just on time. Piccolo says, yeah, Jalen Hurts is a boss.
He's all right. I don't think he's...
Which one is he?
I don't feel like he's elite yet. He plays for the Eagles.
Oh. What does he play for him?
He's their quarterback.
Oh. So he says, I'm excited for the Percy Jackson show, even though I never read the books or watched the movies.
Read the books now. You have time. They're good. And if you just read the first book, it's not very big. Just read the first one or listen to it on an audiobook. So good.
So he says, remember when Dolph Ziggler cashed in The Miz as well?
I remember Dolph cashing in. I just didn't remember on who it was on. Why would a ship ground them?
What a ship.
Oh, wait, never mind. That was of adversity, not diversity. My bad. Diversity is an old wooden ship used during the Civil War era.
Makes sense.
Yeah, then I don't get a time travel. Doy!
It says, I thought the Percy Jackson show wouldn't have anything from the books, though.
Wait, what? I'm pretty sure it's just based on the books. It's a series. How would they write a series based on the movies?
So it says Edge is in that Percy Jackson show.
I seen that. He's the one god. Is it Ares?
The God of War?
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
You've read the book.
Yeah?
You know how they have like lunch with him? And his eyes are burning.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's Edge.
Ew. They made him the God of War? Ugh. Well, that makes it so I never want to see it. Congratulations. Pico's like, which is a better comedy? Get him to the Greek or Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I don't think it's close. Get him to the Greek's okay. I've seen it once. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I've seen 40 plus times. Plus, there's a vampire musical in it.
A vampire musical?
And Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, that's true.
There's nothing better than that.
He's got a 29-year-old whatchamacallit thing.
Dog, yeah. That's crazy.
Yorkie dog. So this is, and Lance Reddick, who died, is also part of the Percy Jackson show. Who's Lance Reddick?
No idea.
He died? Who is he?
Is that a wrestler? Let's not just throw names of random people at me.
So he says, I have seen both movies. I agree with Travis about which company is better, though. Rick Sanchez in the chat. Hey, Rick says, Priest cash in. He might. Piccolo says, I think it's hilarious. The whole Jonah Hill getting high with Diddy. That was just nuts.
Yeah, it's all funny. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. You asked what
Get him to the Greek.
Better.
Pinkston says, good night. Good night, Pinkston. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for hanging out with
Piccolo
us.
says, but yeah, I see your justification. Cortland says, what is one match that you want to see at WrestleMania 40?
Cody and Roman. I feel like it's going to be the main event. I'm just looking forward to it. Charlotte versus Jade Cargill would be pretty cool also, if they decide to go that way with Jade. For the women's title that Charlotte has after she beats Io.
So it says, he is the black ball guy that you see in the trailer. The Percy Jackson show trailer? I've never seen it, so.
I have, but I don't
remember that type of person.
I just don't. Yeah.
That description. Piccolo says Steiner versus Steiner math. So he says I've also seen him get him in the Greek once. That seemed like someone was high making that movie. Harley says went to Red Lobster. Gonna stay with my girlfriend or her family here for her. We went for her birthday. Cool, man.
Fun.
Sounds like a good deal.
The lobster's always good.
Robbie says the main event might be good. John says not Roman versus Cody. Not no. Not no. Not no.
No.
So he says Becky Lynch is in that battle royal. Do you expect them to give us Rhea versus Becky a lot earlier than Mania?
Oh, I hope not. Please don't do that. Because I don't see Becky winning that. And I don't want to see Becky lose again after she just lost to a nobody on NXT.
Yeah. Not the count of three.
Yeah, it's the count of three.
John, no. Robbie says the Crown Jewel main event was a hard one to watch, and people's like, oh, God, stop it, John.
I didn't mind the main event. It was all right. I mean, I knew what was going to happen, so it didn't have that level of excitement. Because there's no way he could win.
Right.
LA. It was impossible. So you had to watch it knowing the outcome. And so the whole time you're guessing how the outcome's going to happen, not what it's going to be. So it's like watching a match from your childhood that you kind of forgot, but you know who was champion. You know, like me watching a Hulk Hogan match. It's like, well, I know Hogan wins, I just don't know how.
Right.
And over. Judgment Day. 9:10 on that one. 9 minutes. 10
Old
seconds.
Xavier got pinned.
Yeah.
John's like, maybe no. Pico's like, short's just cringy. So he says, but they have teased Becky versus Rhea a few times the past few times, though. Pico's like, no. John's like, LOL. And Sophie's like, I meant the past few months.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they tease it quite a bit. I just don't want to see it now. I don't feel like anything good happens at this time of year in wrestling. That's why they do these specialty main event things.
Oh.
Like, this is like when Big E won it last year. Was it this time? Remember, it was right before Crown Jewel.
Oh, yeah.
Not last year, but whenever that was. It's Drew Mac.
Earlier tonight, he was injured, supposedly.
He's like, I'm all elite, bitch. What's next? He's going to join the Judgment Day.
So this is Ric Flair says everybody is jealous of him being on AEW TV. Ew. John's like, no teasing. Robbie's like, Becky needs a break. She's just taking big L's for no reason.
Yes.
People say, like, it's been a few weeks, but there were shorts on my page where the comedian is outside at late night and he's catcalling people with affirmations.
Oh, yeah. That shit's so funny.
Travis have seen those, a few of them. So he says, do you think a big-time pay-per-view like the Rumble or Mania could go overseas next?
Of course. I think any of them can go overseas.
Piccolo says, like, hey, girl, you look like you have a great credit score.
Yeah. Right?
Robbie's like, no, Kevin Patrick, what a result.
You look like you were nice to your mother in high school. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh my God, they begin.
Lots of stuff begins tomorrow in NXT.
So it's like they're already going to announce matches for Survivor Series tonight. Maybe.
Good.
Harley says, I want to see Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. And Robbie says, I went overseas once, felt a bit seasick.
I'm okay with it as long as Brock wins. But I'd want it not be for the title. But it would be a fun match. Let it be physical. But, I mean, obviously Brock comes out on top.
Right. So he says Survivor Series is the final WWE pay-per-view of the year. Feels like she's, yeah, and I'm still nice to my mother. Laughing. Hilarious.
So funny.
Did your little dog throw up again?
Uh-oh. Did it snake?
Nope. I just wondered if he threw up again. Or that was the only time.
No. I didn't see any.
So this is Brock versus Gunther. I could see it happen at a Rumble or Mania. Robbie's like,
I mean, they can obviously tease it for WrestleMania if they want to with the Royal Rumble. Have them both in it. And then have one of them eliminate the other one.
Yeah.
Be kind of cool. But knowing Triple H, he'd have Gunther win.
So it says another NXT group is rumored for a main roster call-up tonight.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Who is it?
A group, huh? Is it women? Is it redheads? Two of them? Alpha Fire and Isla.
Are they both redheads in that group? Cortland says, should Drew join the Judgment Day?
No, but I'm okay if he does. I mean, at some point, there's too many people.
So he says they already teased Brock versus Gunther at the Rumble before COVID. So he's like, no, it's metaphor. I don't know who that is. Sounds
Metaphor?
dumb. Googly moogly. John says, how do you guys do these shows sober? Have to really have a real job, John, so.
I thought about doing it not sober, but I'd be more exciting.
Travis doesn't drink, so. So he says they have teased Brock versus Gunther a couple times over the years. Pickle's like, it's a very difficult task, John. Have to work at it real hard.
The Premier League.
Manchester.
Did you know soccer is the most popular sport in the world?
Makes sense, I guess. Pickle says it's certainly a fine time to quit amphetamines. What? John's like, I would be high as a MFer.
Do you know who the second most popular sport in the world is?
Volleyball. Basketball.
You know, it's higher than football.
Tennis.
It's
Golf.
Also up there. Golf isn't.
Oh. I don't know then, I guess.
Number 2 is cricket.
Cricket.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a lie. Nobody would fucking watch that shit. Lies. They're like, well.
There's 2.5 billion fans for soccer. There's 900 million for American football.
That makes sense.
700 million.
It makes sense. Soccer's in lots more countries.
Right.
It makes a lot of sense. Sophie says, Cody said in an interview that AEW offered him to face Sting before he left that company. Yeah, I highly doubt that would keep anybody there. Robbie says LOD sober on these streams. Who would have known? People's like, nuh-uh, pickleball is. Corlin says Akita Tozawa or Shinsuke W.
Shinsuke wins this.
Yeah. Ravi says football has all the drama. Cortland's like, who's winning?
Shizawa.
Shinsuke Nakamura should.
I put them together and said, fuck it. Shinsuke Nakamura.
I mean, Tozawa's fun, I guess, but he isn't going to win this.
He has been training, though, with his weights, and he's like...
He can dance, supposedly.
One of the better dancers in the world. Uh-oh. Nakamura caught him. So he did it anyways. He got him with the Frankensteiner.
Sophie says, wonder who Shinsuke has been talking about in his video packages.
Seth? I don't know. Does this mean we're going to see Shinsuke wrestle all the 3 of these guys at some point over the next month?
Maybe. John says, my sister-in-law got everyone pickleball racket for Christmas. I wanted to beat her ass with it.
Like, initiation. Drill some holes in it.
Pickle's like, did you merge them, Travis? He did.
I did.
Marcus says, I'm curious about something with all the empty AEW arenas around the internet. Is that real or photoshopped?
That's real.
The emptiness is real.
It's hard to sell out week after week.
Robbie says, Tozawa, who knew he could wrestle? He thought he could.
I don't think he can.
Piccola says, that's completely absurd, paddling family members. I don't know. It's not his family member. It's a sister-in-law. It's completely different.
A little 2-minute match.
I mean, if it was his sister, then that may be creepy. But a sister-in-law? No. They're married into the family. They're not really family members. So he says on Twitter, they showed all the Samoans John Cena lost to over the years. That's really mean. And John says, is it frowned upon? Feels like my emptiness is killing me. Is it because you're hungry? Sophie says, do you expect Randy Orton to come back? No. Rumor mill has it he's coming back. I've heard it from so many people.
I'm still saying no. Otis in there, getting the sexy on.
Marcus says, that's the thing with technology nowadays, how they have it set up. You'd think the shows are full. People's like, technicalities. Walter's like, Shinsuke won. Boo!
Of course he did. Now he's going to wrestle Otis next, and he's going to end up wrestling Gable. Old Chad. Shorty G.
Raw. Bill says, oh, that rumor mill. Keep on milling. Walter says, Otis came in. Shinsuke left the ring. Yeah. Marcus says, as much as I want to see Orton back, another part of me says he has a family and wouldn't want him to end up in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And John says, it wasn't like I was going to spank her while she was tickling me. She was tickling you during this whole episode?
Might as well have.
It's creepy, John. Robbie's like, Randy has had fruitfulness in WWE 100. I was like, dang, John, don't make it predatory. Pretty sure she's an older lady, so it's not predatory anymore.
Uh-oh, another touchdown, San Diego. Nope,
down to the quite one. Get there.
I think he gave it to him. But there is a flag it could be holding.
Ooh. John's laughing, and Walter's like, still good Raw Women Battle Royal for Rhea Ripley. And Robbie says, so Riddle going to end in AEW. I don't know. Is he going to be in there?
That's a face mask on the defense, I think. Yeah.
Sophie says the main event on Saturday was fun.
Yeah. I don't remember it. We talked about other stuff.
John Cena and Solo Sikoa? No.
No, it was Roman and LA.
Oh, yeah.
It's a touchdown. So he did have the face mask. But if he's down, we'll see right now down. Yeah, it's not a touch. Well, fuck, it could be.
Nah.
I'd have to see what number landed. Probably down on the 1 or half yard line. But then there's a 5-yard penalty.
I feel like he's down right there.
Yeah,
his
he's
elbow
down.
hit the ground.
Yeah, he's down. And then they have to do the penalty, which will be half the distance.
So it's half the yard.
Yeah, it's literally
Inches.
About 4 or 5 inches. Are they going to do that Eagles play?
Sophie said
Undefendable.
yeah. Marcus says, so who will end up facing Roman? I'm sure we will get Roman versus Solo at some point, right?
I mean, I guess. I don't know why.
It'd be stupid, but I guess it could happen.
I don't know why they want to keep doing that to the Judgment Day. Or not Judgment Day, but the
Bloodline. Sophie says, I can't believe we're almost in hour 2 already. Pico says, what you think about the Bama LSU game? That was a whole lot of fun for 3 quarters. Yeah.
I did not watch it. Who won?
Sophie says, I'm surprised they haven't went with Jimmy versus Roman yet. And John says, Roman win with outside help again. Yay, fun times. Pico says, oh, I remember leaving to do something for the neighbors. You did.
You did, yeah.
It was like, it's literally copy and paste for Roman. Sophie says, Seth versus Seth. That could be a banger match. Yes. Seth versus himself.
So, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's a picture going around on the internet. Roman Reigns has defended his title something like 50 times since he's had it those 1,200 days.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan defended that title over 400 times.
And he only had there was only one title.
And it was one title, yeah. It was like 480 something, or 450 something. Anyways, it's a lot. But I don't care about that. I'm just saying that. I know a lot of people are like, they need to defend their title. Like Hogan's just doing it night after night. Trust me, if Hogan could just do it 50 times, he would have.
Mm-hmm. So this is, do you expect us to get Roman versus The Rock at ALLB? Do you mean Money in the Bank? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what that is.
What is it?
Alb?
What is there a question or a word?
Do you expect us to get Roman versus The Rock at ALLB? I don't know what that is.
I don't know, maybe Mania or something.
I have no idea.
No, I don't see the Roman and the Rock thing ever happening.
Marcus says, as an LSU fan, I stopped watching the Bama and LSU once Jalen Daniels got injured. I knew it was over. Cortland says, which women should win the Battle Royal?
You know, I don't know. I didn't see the list of them.
Angela Summer in the chat. Hey, Angela says, my favorite is Becky. Sophie says, I meant Seth versus Sammy. Oh. It could be okay, I guess. I don't know about a banger match, but it'll be all right, I suppose. Pickle says, well, it was shut out back and forth through 3 quarters. Then LSU was shut out in the 4th, and Bama won 42-28. Wow. Sophie says, but when Hulk Hogan was champion, Raw wasn't a thing, and they didn't have 12 pay-per-views a year, and they didn't have 5 other belts.
Yeah, and there wasn't 2 world championships.
That's what I meant by 5 other belts.
Yeah.
Sorry. John's like, Bruno had the belt 8 years, 2,800 days, sold out the Garden 50 straight times. That's crazy.
Yeah, that dude's unreal.
Pico's like, that is correct, Sophie. What's your point? So he's like, I meant at all. Oh, at all. Do you expect us to get Roman versus The Rock at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't think
Sorry,
we'll see
the
it.
B threw me off. Sorry. I'm like, what? I don't know what that is. So, like, Natty in the Battle Royal along with Xia Li.
There's going to be another little tournament for Gunther's next title. Are we
he
saying
did.
Gunther? It's always been Gunther. Now it's Gunther. Take it to the limit. Hopefully the Miz beats him. Sucks for him. At some point, they're going to have to let him go.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
Mark says Bama couldn't stop Daniels. That's why it became a blowout in the fourth. The guy they built the team around got concussed. John says Rock isn't putting Roman over at Mania. Cortland says Sammy said the Judgment Day had every title except Seth. What about Gunther? Ravi says Roman versus The Rock. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Oh, God, no. Piccolo says so they are pushing Ivar a bit. A little bit. We'll see how it goes, though. Sophie says
now.
this Battle Royal, I feel like, is made for Becky to win. Piccolo says, where's Jinder? Sophie says Ivy
Exactly.
Nile is also part of this Battle Royal. And Marcus says, are they really considering turning the Miz face? They tried that once and it failed.
They've done it already. It's happened. They didn't try to turn him. They had him in Saudi Arabia.
All
They had the fans on
nicey-picey.
his side. It was against Grayson Waller.
John says Hunter wants Roman to break Hogan's record. He needs another 312 days.
That would be weird to have him break Hogan's. Although it doesn't count, like we've already discussed. He only had one belt.
Yeah.
He'd have to have both. And he did for a minute.
But not all the days.
No, just about 300 something. 350, 370. Bronson. Is this one-on-one and then the other one's one-on-one and then they wrestle again? Or is it 4-on-4?
I'm not sure. I don't know if he really said anything about it. Robbie says, Ivar, can he be a level up from who he is now?
No.
Marcus says, I feel like it don't make sense having battle royals around the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Robbie says, Miz, spin and point, spin and point.
That's tough with Eric being injured. Mm-hmm. Like I said, at some point they're going to have to let him go and then she'll have to leave too because they don't have anything for her.
Yeah, they haven't pushed her in any kind of wrestling capacity, just as a, whatchamacallit. I mean, she's had a couple of wrestling matches, but not anything glorious.
Against what's her name? The blonde that's with
Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, Maxine Dupree. Yeah, look. Rhea Ripley in a commercial up in the top right hand corner on a hockey game. Good for Rhea.
Sophie says the Miz a face. I don't know how different it will be unlike the last time. Piccolo says, oh, this is a fatal 4-way. Robbie says, oh, that's what he does. Sophie says, no, it's a fatal 4-way. Marcus says, it's crazy how far the Miz has come starting from the real world and getting thrown out of locker rooms and now one of the most respected superstars on the roster.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see if the Triple H respects him tonight, but which I wouldn't be surprised if Miz won. Pins Ricochet or Ivar.
Robbie says, D, he would do a great Miz spin and point. And Sophie says, why isn't Chad Gable a part of this 4-way?
Well, Chad lost a couple times to Gunther, but I do see your point. Obviously a better fit than Ivar.
Pico says, Spoopy Valet Dupree. John says Theory and Waller could be a decent tag team. They would get a push. Hunter likes them. That's hilarious.
I don't know if he likes Theory because Theory lost last Friday in a weird match.
Marcus says, why is Bronson in this match? Didn't Gunther already beat him?
He did.
That's why he gets a chance.
Yeah, but it was a good match, and Postman Pierce just said, and I'd like to see that again.
Sophie says Liv Morgan has been teasing her return on Twitter a lot lately. Well, maybe she needs to get back to work.
More women. That's what we need. Eventually, they're just going to be all women, no more men. Liv and Kyrie sane. Make it happen.
Riley says, Liv Morgan, just stay at home if you're not going to be a champ or title holder. Sophie says, 2 of these guys have lost to Gunther before.
Yeah. The Jets need to get their shit together. I mean, if you're a Jets fan. Pretty sure the Jets are one of my least favorite teams.
Least favorite.
They're so out of it that I don't think of them. Like when I think of bad, like, oh, that's the worst team. I hate that team. Blah, blah, blah. They're a team I don't even think about.
Right.
Oh my god. They can't tackle for shit. That was just a little screen pass.
John's like, what's your point, Sophie? And Picole's like, well then. Robbie says, so the winner of the Battle Royal, what do they win?
Look, so the quarterback should have got sacked here. Then he throws it to here. Then he should have got tackled there. And then he should have got tackled there. And then he did get tackled. He missed
4 guys. Finally got him.
They missed 3 tackles.
It's funny.
Perth.
They're like, we're going to go there at the height of summer. It'll be fine. 120 degrees.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It'll be warm. I don't know if it'll be quite that hot, but
It's in February.
Right.
It's the end of February. That's like the height of their summer.
Well, January is, but yeah. January is like July.
Yeah, like the height of
So it'll be August, like the end of August.
Like the hot part of summer for hot part.
Oh, Lord.
So he says The Miz and Ivar are the only 2 people in this match that ever faced Gunther before. Piccolo says the only thing about the Jets that was memorable besides Aaron Rodgers was the butt fumble moment from Mark Sanchez. Butt fumbles.
Or, I mean, then you have to go back, 40, 50 years for the other one? Joe Namath predicting that they were going to beat the Baltimore Colts.
John says Jets and Giants are garbage. Place is still sold out. Money. Marcus says, I feel for Jets fans. They haven't had a franchise quarterback since Joe Namath. And now when they finally get one, he gets hurt.
Aaron Rodgers ain't no franchise quarterback at his age. No. I mean, he was a franchise quarterback, but he's not a franchise quarterback.
I was like, oh, I get it. They win nothing because it's a nothing match. Marcus said, I feel, and Sophie says, who would be the surprise winner of the Battle Royal?
I need to see the women. I know people keep asking me. All I saw was Becky. That's literally it. I mean, I could guess that it's probably every woman on the Raw roster, but I have no idea. Zoe Stark would be a surprise. Do they have Tegan in there? Tegan would be a surprise. Is Johnny Spaghetti's wife in there? She'd be a huge surprise. Candace.
So they give Ricochet the bigger, come out? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Lame.
There's the bell. Oh, drop kick out of the Miz right there to the big man, Bronson.
Sophie says, who would be the surprise winner of this 4-way match?
The surprise winner be Ricochet.
Robbie says the battle royal is pointless if they don't win a title shot, don't you think?
What?
The battle royal is pointless if they don't win a title shot.
That's what the battle royal is, though. It's for Rhea's title.
Yeah.
So yes.
John says Mark Sanchez was decent, played in back-to-back AFC title games with Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan was so good with the defensive end of the ball that it's just a different team. But yeah. They always hire those defensive coaches. They had Parcells there, who was a huge defensive guy. I don't remember if they had Belichick, but I'm pretty sure Belichick went through there maybe with Parcells, but I could be wrong. Rex Ryan. Who else was there? They had another coach that was a defensive guy.
Sophie says the winner of the Battle Royal faces Rhea at a future date. Yes. Cortland says Wrestling Gab, do you live stream NXT too? No. Sophie says the 4 women in that fatal 5-way is part of the Battle Royal. Robbie says, but you know Rhea ain't losing the title for a long time.
It's been a long time. But you're right. There's not a lot of competition right now for her. Because there's no
stories that they've set up. They've been so
problem
busy setting Dominic's up and shit with her.
with the women.
And the Judgment Day stuff, and that's it.
They don't do women's storylines. You just don't see them. And then when they happen overnight.
Or like within a couple of episodes.
Or in NXT.
And that's done. Oh my God. Ricochet's move was stupid. He was fine.
Got over.
He landed on his shoulders.
Yeah, he rolled over. Miz with the crowd favorite.
So he says the winner of this faces Gunther at a future date.
Yeah. Skull crushing. No. Miz has a big old bruise on his hip.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Both men take each other out. Ricochet. Come on. Anyways, somebody did ask if we do NXT. We don't really do NXT. We do AEW on Wednesdays, but I watch NXT's Tuesday show on Wednesday while we're watching AEW. So I can kind of keep up with it. So, sort of.
Pickle says that was a rough spot. Robbie says Gunther needs to drop the title, never defends it anyway. Pointless having the title. Laughing.
They just use Ricochet as a weapon. Bronson and Ivar caught Ricochet.
Pickle's like, can Maurice appear with Miz while he's a face?
Surely.
I don't know. Why not?
Oh, Lord. Both big men collided. Everybody's down.
No.
It's
He definitely
lines are a
did.
superfood.
Lines are a superfood.
Oh, Toronto. Not only did they come back, but they're winning now. They were losing this. It was 4-2.
That's funny.
Tampa Bay can't get their goals on. Or their defense on. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Literally. Watching 4 sports and 3 of them have a commercial right now. Basically had to watch the hockey face-off. They're just killing time at this point. Are they in the third? Yeah, they're in the third.
Rafi says you already have Roman who will never lose the title. What's the point of having Gunther with the title also? Marcus says the court designs in the NBA in-season tournament be throwing me off.
What is this in-season tournament thing? What is this? Like, what is it? Is it just the regular season and they're calling it a tournament? Or is there really another tournament going on? I've been meaning to Google that.
Yeah, what does it mean? You jerks.
Hey, it's Curtis, my favorite Martin.
Curtis Martin.
Curtis, my favorite Martin. I have no idea who that is.
He's an actor.
Livy Shavivi, Rivi, Riva, Rivanera. All that.
Yeah. He's an actor.
Jets couldn't gain 1 inch.
People says, Marcus, you seem like all sports. Who's your NBA team? Marcus like Pelicans. People's like, local flair. Marcus says, baseball like Atlanta since I don't have a local team here. People's like, it's just something to make the regular season important. That's your answer from Pico.
Wait, hold on. I thought the regular season was important because the top 8 teams go to the playoff.
Right? Walter's like, okay, bye guys. See you Wednesday for EW. Bye, Walter. See you Wednesday, bud. I was like, Liberty. Pico's like, having an attorney also helps with revenue. John says, in-season tournament are because stars are sitting games. NBA is tired of people complaining, paying money the so-called stars sit.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. They should definitely have to play. So is that what it's about? Like, if you lose one of the tournament games, then you're out? Or what happens? Like, I feel like there's a lot of information that I don't know about this tournament.
Nobody cares.
Nothing.
Marcus says the winner of the tournament gets a trophy called the NBA Cup.
When does the tournament end and when does it start? Or when does it start and when does it end? And are teams going to even care? You know what I mean? Like, if you can rest LeBron so you're ready for the playoffs, are you going to care about the cup?
Right.
Or the NBA championship?
Pico says, well, the fair weather fans won't bother to watch the season till after the All-Star break. Pico's like, I can explain offline. It has started. Whatever your question was.
Yeah, it's the start. I knew that it had started, but I just didn't understand what was starting. That's what I was saying. Is it like just the regular season and they're just being clever, calling it a tournament to get to the tournament?
So clever.
We're having a tournament. You mean the regular season?
So the clevers.
So they don't really have a schedule. They're playing a tournament, so each team, like, there's a bracket. Do you play each team more than once? Is it like a best out of 3 series? See? Too much information.
Too much. All the info.
Look, Gunther's watching in the back.
Laughing at how stupid they all are. Marcus says started last... Are they swearing or something?
They must
Is that what's
be.
happening?
They're probably chanting holy poop.
Marcus says started last week and ends towards the end of November, beginning of December, I think. I was like, so Ricochet winning this match tonight?
No. I feel like that would be the biggest surprise is if Ricochet won. That's like Hornswoggle beating Roman. Speaking of Hornswoggle, is he like sick? I'm pretty sure I saw Hornswoggle on TikTok today doing a live and he was on oxygen.
No. Maybe he has some kind of breathing issue. Marcus says, and with the college football playoff expanding from 4 teams to 12, it would be easier to get in.
They're expanding the playoff for college. That's so dumb. And of course, it has to be the year that Alabama's not as good. So they're still going to make it to the playoffs, and then they'll probably win the whole thing anyway.
That's ridiculous.
So that means they're going to play games all December? That's a lot of games. A lot of extra games for the college.
Pickle says the teams are in one of 5 groups. They accumulate wins. Every Tuesday and Friday, they face each team in the group once. Then the team with the most wins advance into a 4-team bracket with 2 additional wild cards. Chris says Gunther smiling is generally funny as fuck or scary, depending on if you're his opponent. Yeah, that's funny. Hi, Chris.
Hey.
Pickle's like, it's so ugh, I should send a link. Sorry, D. It's fine. Pickle's like, yeah, I don't know about that college extension either. Like
that just seems like a lot of extra games for those kids. And if they get injured or something and then don't get drafted, I feel like that puts a lot on those kids. Shit, they only play like 10 or 11 games a season.
Kind of fucks them over.
And now all of a sudden they're going to be playing 14 games.
Jeez.
Or whatever it is to win the national championship.
Marcus says it's like college basketball. Nobody watches until March Madness. John's like, going from 4 to 12
Guilty.
teams will hurt the game. Robbie says WWE never put these 4 in a match against each other again. Yeah, never.
Oh, shit.
Piccola says they will then play in Vegas for said cup.
I wonder if somebody will gamble on the game and then throw it. Vegas just seems like a bad place to have a sports franchise.
Let's put it there. Nobody will ever see what happens.
LeBron should buy a basketball team and move it to
Vegas?
Vegas. Oh, God, I've messed up twice now.
He's getting too tired.
You know, he'd lose 35 pounds if he cut his beard. Oh, God. Bronco Buster.
Chris says, I want my Stros to lock down some of players like Altuve, but we also need to look into getting some Japanese players. John says Vegas will have all 4 sports there soon. Marcus says, doesn't Tom Brady own a sports franchise in Vegas now? Is he allowed to own anything? Thought he was bankrupt.
Like a minor league something or something? I haven't heard anything. I don't watch ESPN anymore, so I don't get my sports news.
Robbie is like, Ivar hitting hard with the belly.
Is Sporting News Radio still on? I used to call that place all the time. Sporting News Radio.
I need some info. What's the skinny?
Well, I'd watch it, and then they would have call-ins, and I'd call in all the time.
Marcus says, I think it's a women's basketball team he owns.
The Champions? He owns that championship team, the Spark, or whatever. Not Spark, but whatever the Vegas ones are. They're the ones that dude put up $1 million to play a high school team.
Oh.
There's no way those girls... I don't even think they could score on them.
Piccolo says you can get sports news
Miz
anywhere
moved.
besides ESPN.
Miz did it.
Aspen.
Miz won it. Because Ricochet wasn't pinned. Ricochet was on his stomach. What the hell?
Ivar didn't pin anybody.
Yeah, Ricochet. Look, the referee's saying no, but Ricochet was on his stomach.
Yeah, Ricochet kicked out and then the guy hit the 3 count. They were hit at the same time and he was doing a count. Is that something you can't do? Like if 2 people are pinned at the same time?
You count.
It's a 4-way.
Right. And then the other guy kicked out, so you just keep counting.
Yeah.
See, because Ricochet gets hit. But Miz moves. But look at Ricochet. Oh, why would you... 1, 2... See. Miz won.
Yes. I don't know why the ref's being all weird about it.
14-minute match. Just a sore loser. This happens a lot in sports.
Chris says there's this Japanese pitcher by the name of Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's won countless awards, multiple Japanese Cy Young awards, so yeah.
Is he ready? Is he the young one? I know there was a young one a few years ago that they were saying when he's ready to come, he's going to be an ace. Like, he's supposed to be better than Otani. Pitching, not hitting, obviously. But. Those pitchers cost you a lot of money. Just to talk to them cost you like $100 million or something.
Marcus says, Las Vegas Aces. John says he tried to buy a part of the Raiders. The league rejected it. Robbie says, is AEW pay-per-view on this weekend? No.
No.
It's a UFC pay-per-view.
The 18th is the full gear.
Pickle says this would never happen while Vince is around. Pickle's like, I digress. Robbie says the Miz is in a title shot. Yeah.
Yep.
Pickle's like, good for Ivar. Beating people up.
Told you.
Got him next week for ya.
And then the next week it'll be cable. Oh, God. There it is.
He's getting nasty.
He's getting nasty again, Coach. Oh. Looking like Anna Jay. Some Anna Jay outfit right there.
Is that how we're warming up?
That's how you do it. Oh, there they are, the Creed brothers. Somebody told us they were coming.
Oh, God, it's a match I can leave and never come and see ever again. I think it's up next. Barf.
Can't wait.
Pickle says, whoa, Ivar giving me Vader vibes. I know, completely out of left field. John says, how much does AEW charge to watch that shit show? Depends on the pay-per-view.
It's $50. No, it's $50. It's always $50. All their pay-per-views are $50. $49.99.
Chris says we might have to give part ownership to Altuve just to keep him as a lifetime Astro.
But is it worth it? How old is he? How many years do you think he has left?
And will he be healthy for all those years? Robbie says Ivar looks like he has baby powder on his face. Chris says, is Maxine wearing Penelope Ford outfit?
Yeah. That's what it looks like, right? The AEW outfits. House of Dragons is coming out in early summer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I sent you that. And
John,
they cut the episodes down. It's only going to be 8 instead of 10.
Weird. John says they couldn't pay me $50 to watch it. Chris says, I hope Creeds destroy the DIY. Good luck with that.
Me too.
Piccolo says, just like Golden Corral, it may be on the plentiful on the food bar, but the match will be bland and overcooked. Golden Corral's disgusting. Feels like just give her the bunny mask too.
Or just bring the bunny over to WWE. I'd be okay with that. You know, like the Blade and the Butcher. Think about that team.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Never see him. And when you do, it's just kind of like...
Yeah, he really messes up with them.
That's the shit.
Remember when they used to be around a lot?
Yeah, that's
and then they just are like, yeah. Tony Khan's like, no, I like all these WWE guys so much better. Ugh, loser. Pico's like, just give her the bunny mask too. Marcus says, it's funny, times has changed. Back then, Will Ospreay said himself he would never move to USA to wrestle. Now he has to choose between AEW or WWE. He doesn't have to choose between anything. He can fucking stay in New Japan.
Right, or he can do a
WWE
WWE
he doesn't
thing
have to come anywhere near it.
in Europe when they start their Europe program, which will be coming here pretty soon.
Pico says, okay, who would win if Blade and Butcher fought the Viking Raiders?
Probably the Blade and Butcher.
They should.
There again, it depends on what company it is, but I feel like they're better. The Eric used to be really strong, like 2 or 3 years ago. Like, it was freakish how strong he was.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably one of the strongest men I've ever seen. But over the last couple years, that strength hasn't been there.
I wonder if it's because of his back.
Maybe. But now, I mean, obviously, he had a C6 and C7 fusion surgery.
Isn't that like right here?
It's a little bit lower. It's your 6th and 7th vertebrae.
Is it down here then? Right
Yeah,
here?
it's about right in that area.
Marcus says Tony Khan basically is the modern day Eric Bischoff, signing all ex-WWE guys.
Yeah, but Bischoff signed the WWE guys that were good. That's the difference. Like, Tony Khan is signing the guys that are getting released. Bischoff was signing the guys that Vince was trying to re-sign so they would stay longer. Like, he wasn't, like, letting them go. They were just signing for more money there. So it'd be like the equivalent of Tony doing what Bischoff did would be signing Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and The Miz and whoever else is their top guys. Drew McIntyre. God, it's crazy there's not a lot of top guys. Brock. Brock would be one of it. That would be like the equivalent of Hulk Hogan. As of right now. What the hell's going on outside? Hurricane?
Storm. John says Bunny Mask and Thong Cola. That girl is a smoke show. Pickle's like all the New Japan stands. They are hyped about Danielson making an appearance at Wrestle Kingdom in January. Pickle's like, yeah, I liked her gimmick in TNA too. You guys must be talking about the bunny lady.
Bunny, yeah, when she was, what was her name? Whatever it was. She was like a really innocent girl for a while. And she'd get picked on all the time. The new arrivals, so I guess they're here now.
Marcus says, I will not be surprised at all if we eventually see Goldberg in AEW.
Yeah, but see, that's not the equivalent of signing the top guys still. It is a top name from the old days. But that's Tony Khan's problem, is he's signing the ones that WWE don't want. And that's not going to get you anywhere. He should have signed Chelsea Green.
Mm-hmm.
The Brutus ball.
Oh, I read it. Nobody said anything new yet.
Nothing new. There they are. They're on Raw. They're no longer NXT talent. Even the girl, they brought the girl with them. Put her in the Battle Royal. Oh, she is in the Battle Royal. Perfect.
Marcus says TK is signing the guys that their time is past. John says, I wouldn't be surprised he signed Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Is he dead?
I don't think so, but he's 60. Imagine the Honky Tonk Man coming out in his pink Cadillac and his guitar, swinging the hips, playing some guitar. That'd be great.
Pico's like, all right, give you a quick sample, Travis. Marcus says, watch, they pair up Ivy Nile with Shayna or Ronda. John's like, not yet, LOL. Pico's like, since it's a bit of dead time on the show. Yeah, with this garbage that they're going to be having next. Pico says, remember the blind ranking from TikTok?
Probably. Oh, yeah, the 5. You pick 5, you have to put them in whatever order. Yeah, I do. So these two just remind me of, like, just nerds or something. You know what I'm saying?
Nerds. Nerds.
Just like, hey, we're here, but we'll never be great because there's nothing about us that's impressive.
Right. John says Brutus Beefcake is all elite. Pico's like, well, the theme is I have several cringe subpar angles that WWE have had. Marcus says, whatever happened to Jimmy Havoc? I remember he being huge in Progress Wrestling. Pico's like, mixed along with a few memorable.
Jimmy Havoc.
Why are you taking your
I definitely remember
closet
that
to
name,
me?
but I do
That's
not
very
remember
nice.
him very well. DIY. Do it yourself.
Pico says, so I will give you 5 to blindly rank.
Oh, that'll be fun. See, I don't have a problem with Ciampa.
John says he lost to Mikey Mayhem.
Oh, Mikey Mayhem. That almost sounds fake. Old Mikey Mayhem. Like a Garbage Pail Kid.
Oh.
Old Mikey Mayhem.
Marcus says, I don't know who makes the music now for WWE, but the themes has been god awful. Yeah.
It's some
The guy
hip-hop
they used to had got too big for his britches, so they got rid of him. Pico says, I thought Havoc had done something Me Too related and TK had to fire him. Oh.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Pico says, but since then, I don't know if he is in the Indies over in the UK. John's like, Nicky Knuckles.
Another Garbage Pail Kid. Ciampa ducks it.
There's a
Into the corner.
bug on the TV. He's playing on the hockey team. For a minute there, I thought it was the puck, but the puck was moving around on the ice. I was like, why is there a puck just hanging out? It's a bug.
It's a bug. Hockey used to put like a light inside the ball in the puck.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't a light, but it was for a sensor on their camera. Oh, there's your bug. I see him now. Anyways, it's so no matter where the puck went, the camera would go.
Uh-huh.
So you couldn't lose the puck. The problem is they send about 4 or 5 of those into the crowd every night.
Oh.
And
It probably cost a pretty penny.
yeah, they were like $500, $600, $700 a piece back then. They could probably do it cheaper nowadays, but
John says, what was the worst made-up wrestling name? Fish.
I don't know. There was a few, like, wasn't there one called like the Blue Meanie or something?
Marcus says, Jim Johnston, the iconic producer
Yes,
during
Jim
the
Johnston.
Attitude Era, should be in the Hall of Fame. He made some classics. Pico says, okay, some maybe NXT gimmick angle as well. John says he sued WWE. Marcus won't happen.
Yeah, he did. You know, what they did to him was kind of brutal is they fired him. You know, they released him. And then they took his name off of, like, kind of everything he made.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, I can't even apply for other jobs and say, look, I did this.
Because they took his name off.
Because, like, with research, they'd probably find it. But, like, who's going to do that? And I'm like, well, probably anybody that hires you.
Right?
I mean, shit, if they knew what songs you made, they would be all over it.
Marcus says Flex Cabana is probably the worst made-up wrestling name. It was the name wanted to use when he first got into wrestling. Piccolo says, here's your first. The egg. Austin Theory push.
4.
Marcus says, I didn't even know he sued WWE. John's like, WCW had a tag team called the Ding Dongs back in the 90s.
They did.
Marcus says, the name The Rock wanted to use.
Rocky Moavia? Or was it a different one?
Next, Mustafa Ali reveals he is the mastermind of Retribution.
5. I should probably said 3 there because there's probably going to be another worse one.
I wonder how many people have died on Pelotons and they're just like, watch him, look at him go. Oh, wait, they're dead. Somebody call 911.
Nobody dies on Peloton.
I don't know that.
Oh, somebody scored. Is that Toronto again? Or is this a replay? I think the game's over.
John says Abe Knuckleball Schwartz, a.k.a. the Brooklyn Brawler. Piccolo says next Edge's Judgment Day.
I knew you were going to throw that out there because that's what I was going to say. God, he's going to throw out the edge. So 3.
Marcus says The Rock suggested Flex Cabana, but WWE came up with Rocky Maivia. Piccolo says next the tag team run of RK Bro.
1. It wasn't bad. Raiders fired their head coach.
My. Already?
Yeah, he's terrible.
Piccolo says last one, Lana getting put through tables weekly by Nia Jax.
Yeah, that's fine for 2.
Marcus says these scam commercials are so funny. There is no way you're finding a PS5 for $1.
No, it can happen. So, those sites, what they do is they sell. So you go to the site and you have to buy bids. And each bid's like $1 or whatever it is. Like, I think it's like 5 for $1 or something. Anyways, you have to buy bids. So each bid is 1 cent in money. So hypothetically, say there's an Xbox, and then people are trying to bid for said Xbox. They have to bid, and in order to bid, they have to already buy bids. So they're paying, we'll just say $1 per bid. So that's $100 just to get to $1. Then you have to actually pay for it. Usually it's about $40 or so before. And so, I mean, they're making bank off selling bids. So you can bid to buy the stupid thing. And so if something's like, oh shit, and it starts over at like 15 seconds or something every time you bid. And so you bid, and then it's like 15, 14, 13, 12. And so everybody does the same thing. They wait till 2, 1, and then they bid again, and then it goes up. And then, so it's not like eBay where it ends at said time. Mm-hmm. It just never stops until somebody doesn't bid anymore.
Piccolo says, who's the new Raiders coach now? Marcus like, who lost that bet having to be the interim head coach for the Raiders? Oh. And John's like, Antonio Pierce. He was a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Piccolo's like, thanks, John. I just think it's funny that they're just barely into the beginning of their season and they're like, fire him.
Oh, he's terrible.
I didn't say it was good. I just think it's funny.
You know that girl I send you every once in a while? She does the football stuff.
I think so.
When she dressed as the Raiders coach, she always put clown makeup on. Had the big face and the nose.
Right. Nicole says, okay, so to recap.
Oh! Big knee. DDT, that's his finisher. Oh, Creed kicks out.
Pico says, RK Bro, then Lana, get the tables, then John says, they fired GM, coach, and still paying Gruden almost $85 million.
Yeah, that was a bad hire. I feel like they didn't know what they were doing for a while, and it's the owner. We all know that Al Davis, when he left it to his son, knew that this was probably going to happen.
He's like, and?
He should have sold it.
To somebody outside of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Probably would have been better.
His son's a weirdo. He's the one that goes to the UFC fights that are in Vegas all the time.
Oh.
That weird redheaded guy.
That's okay.
That's it. Gargano gets pinned. It's over.
What? Kaiser helped him? Was he down there helping the Creed brothers?
Well,
Or did he just stand there watching?
he just distracted him, I'm pretty sure.
Pickle says, Retribution, then Edge, JD, then the Egg. Feels like, is Leopold being a turd? No. No, he's very clingy. And he wants to be in my lap, but I need to take it up. And it makes it so I can't move, and it's irritating on my legs.
Hi, buddy. You good boy? I think you're a good boy. They're 2-0. Sami Zayn going to be the new world champion after tonight. We all remember that. Sami, Elimination Chamber versus Roman with his wife in the crowd. Jimmy crack corn.
They don't care.
Nobody cares.
Jimmy cracks the corn and he doesn't care.
Hi. You made it. Did you get a candy bar? Nice. Of course not. Sammy sucks.
Sammy sucks buttholes. Somebody's. Somewhere. For all the special stuff he gets. Chris says, drip Kaiser at it again. Feels like, okay, Travis, another go around. Marcus says, my week has been crushed. I found out Gigi Dolan has tied the knot. Happens.
Cool.
John says they fired Gruden over email 10 years ago. Go read New Times article about Pierce trying to cover up Plexico gun incident. Pierce never got suspended. Oh. So what they're saying is they're trying to say is that Gruden was terrible as a person and a coach.
I just remember the email thing. That's just dumb.
Who cares about an email? It's silly.
I don't know. Everybody wants emails. Give me Clinton's emails. Remember that big thing?
Kinda.
That's cool. Should put the microphone on that. It would never come off.
No. Pickle's like, oh my. Marcus says, which coach was it that was hired as the Jets head coach then quit the same day?
I don't know. That's interesting. It's a fantastic idea, though. Like, I'm going to be the coach of the Jets. Nah, fuck it. I'm pretty sure that happened in baseball with the whole Houston cheating scandal. I think one of those coaches took a job and then got fired immediately. It was the Mets coach, right? The Mets hired somebody.
And then he was fired?
And then he resigned because of the incident.
Oh.
It was Carlos Beltran or something. It was something along those lines. It might not have been Carlos Beltran, but it was like, hey, you're hired. And then it was like, oh, better not. Better resign.
Pickle says, here's the new list to rank. And John says, they're still looking for Clinton emails. Pickle's like, haha, first one. The Johnny Spaghetti segments and the debut of The Way.
I mean, obviously, I'll just do 4 just in case there's something worse than that.
John says Josh McDaniel, he took Denver job. He was the coach that was hired by the Jets and then quit the next day. Marcus says he believes it was Bill Belichick. Then the Jets hired Eric Mangini after.
Right.
Seems like a weird thing for Bill Belichick to do. Get hired for the Jets and then quit the same day.
Well, he could have been Bill Parcells' defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
When Parcells was there, and then Parcells left, and then he was like, okay, I got the job. Yeah, screw this. I'll go somewhere else. I think he went to the Browns. And then he built the Browns into a championship team. But he left first before they won a championship. And then he went to back with Bill Parcells in New England.
Mm-hmm.
And then took the job from Parcells. Not took it, but Parcells left.
Right.
And then obviously the rest is history in New England. But a lot of people don't realize that that Browns team won a Super Bowl in 2001 as the Baltimore Ravens. It was a pretty damn good team.
Right. The next one in Pickle's list for your 5 thing. The Fiend Bliss Randy Orton storyline.
I'll do... It's not one of my favorites, but I'll just do number 1 just to fill that hole.
The next one is Walter Gunther debuts in WWE.
Just do 2. Although I'd probably put it 3, but I don't know what's coming. So if it's even decent, I put it at the top.
Shanky dancing segments.
5. Now
Becky
what?
as the man.
Yeah, see, that should have been 1. Number 3.
John says Nick Saban left Dolphins after 13 games to go to Bama.
Yeah, the Dolphins suck. Like, that's my team, but they do. They're poorly ran. They're owned by like the whole system. It's just terrible. They draft bad. They can't be, and even this year they look good on paper, but they're not. They've never won. They haven't beat a team this year that has a winning record. Becky.
Thoughts? What son? What kind of sun did she say they were in?
The Mohegan Sun.
Marcus says, thank God they had writers in the back to tell Vince no. Vince had an idea to get Stephanie pregnant.
Oh, I remember. Him to get Stephanie pregnant.
Ew. John says Ray Finkel missed a kick to win the Super Bowl.
I have his jersey. Show him the jersey. She's angry.
Peel says, right, I forgot that whole Miami Dolphins season.
Ray Fink. One of the greatest offense to ever lace them up. Him and Dan Marino are probably the only two that you'll remember name-wise. Good to have you back.
Marcus says, as a storyline, Piccolo says, speaking of Vex. And there she is. Piccolo says, okay, I want a snack now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to do something. I was like falling asleep. Chris says Becky politicking her way into this match yet again.
Sure did.
John
5 of
says
them.
only undefeated Super Bowl team. Uh-huh. The Miami Dolphins from like 1970 something or
2?
yeah.
The undefeated 72 Dolphins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Marcus says Rhea versus Becky has Mania main event written all over it.
Dolphins won back-to-back Super Bowls in the early 70s.
Chris likes Dumpling's outfit too. Piper Nevin. Green, cute outfit. John says Rhea, Becky, Charlotte, Mania.
Irregardlessly. Is this happening now?
Mm-hmm.
Women's Battle Royal!
Marcus says Byron Saxton did a decent job as ring announcer for Crown Jewel.
Yes, absolutely.
He didn't do bad.
They could get rid of this girl talking right now and put him in there. Are they going to introduce them one at a time?
Maybe. Do you think it's weird that she works on the same brand as Ricochet and his new woman?
Yeah, a little bit. They had familiar relations at one time.
Exactly.
She can wear that outfit anytime she wants to. She just gave him a blessing. You can put these on, and then you can stare at my boobs, and no one will know. She gave the boy sunglasses.
I saw who she gave sunglasses to. Weird. I wonder if she wanted her to say her name like that.
I don't know. She does it on purpose, and she had an interview about it. She's been asked. You can look it up online. I haven't looked it up.
I don't think I'm going to because I don't really care. I just think it's annoying, and she's annoying.
Becky, in the middle, huh?
That's weird.
She's won Money in the Bank before. Uh-oh. Zaya. This is why they did that, I guess. Is she in this match?
Mm-hmm.
This is a good idea if Becky's not in this match.
Mm-hmm. Marcus says, do you think Natalia is Hall of Fame worthy?
Yes.
Yeah, she is.
You know,
She's worked really hard over a lot of years.
Yeah, just pure numbers. Xylee's not in the match now. Of course, Xylee doesn't get in it. Blatant racism.
I think so.
Because she's Chinese.
Exactly. That's why they don't like her.
If they had any Russians, they probably wouldn't let them in either. How does that even make sense?
Hmm?
Nothing. Just their commercials. Vaping took my friendships. Really?
Why? How?
I had friends that smoked. I'm not going to be like, you know, your smoking is putting a lot of pressure on our friendship. And that shit stank. This stuff
Right.
isn't even that stinky.
Well, it smells worse because it's all sweet and gross smelling.
I'm just saying it's not as stinky as cigarette smoke is what I'm saying. Thank you for cutting that out. They did that, and then they decided to do like a series, but just all women.
It's disgusting. Will not ever
Or
watch
a movie.
any
I
of
guess
it.
it could be a movie, but it looked like a series.
Chris was like, Xylee time for 2.5 seconds, Chris. Marcus says,
no,
if
it's
Nia never would have broken Becky's nose, do you think Becky would have become as big as she is? No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think she would have gone down that path.
No, it was just her celebrating in the crowd with the busted nose and the blood everywhere, and
She doesn't
she
remember
doesn't
any
remember
of it.
and she was just like yelling. The crowd just, it was over. They turned on. They loved her. Turned it on. Hey, bud, you want to try to lay on my lap?
Piccolo says, yep, a fat kid moment here. A slice of red velvet cake with a scoop of chocolate ice cream on top and crumbled Oreos.
Nope.
That's a lot of sweetness happening.
He's like, hey, that's the best part. Hey, it looks like the Heat won. They beat the Lakers. That Carson Daly was like the biggest thing ever in the early 2000s.
Yep. Marcus the cat wants some chips. Probably not. He thinks he wants human food, but he usually doesn't. Usually you have to force him to eat meat even sometimes. It's like, eat it! Or shove it in his mouth. And he's like, oh, that actually tastes pretty good.
Becky's in the back.
She's got the owies.
They're just not allowing other women to come down to the ring to see if she's okay.
I guess so.
So Becky's out. No, I don't know who's in there because they brought them all out. So it's basically a bunch of riffraff.
Maxine Dupree. The girl that's with the Creed brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck her name is. Shayna Baszler.
This is
Nikki Cross.
terrible.
If you wanted to know the other people.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. Ouch. Raw's roster on the women's side is terrible.
Pico's like, indeed he was. Marcus says TRL was the thing to watch in the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
Pico's like, Carson has really done well for himself. I mean, he hasn't done bad by any means. Like, but he's just not, like, as big as you'd think he would be. Well, now I definitely don't care about this.
This is a terrible division. Look at these, and they're all on the roster. Like, Nia and Shayna are the only legit ones. Oh, Rack Rod. Okay, here we go. Jesus. They need to team up on Nia and throw her out, and then throw Rack Rod out, and then they'll be fine.
But you want one of those other weirdos to win?
No, that's what they need. That's the strategy.
Oh, Pico says, I wonder whatever happened to Dan Cortez from MTV Sports. They had an MTV Sports. That's funny.
It wasn't any good. I know who you're talking about. What about Daisy Fuentes? Bill Bellamy?
Didn't she marry some guy?
I don't know. She was a smoke show when I was a kid. But I don't know whatever happened to her. I've never seen her anywhere else. Oh, Nikki Cross is just standing in the middle of the ring.
Marcus says they took Becky out the match because they probably want to wait until Mania to do Rhea versus Becky.
Yes, makes a lot more sense.
Nia Jax.
No, and no. Can't they just let her go?
Chris says, oh, fuck off. You know Triple H gonna give Tegan the win.
No.
Did she give him some extra,
She swallowed.
in the back earlier? Oh, yeah. Friends. All right. Sorry. Pickle's like Bill Bellamy. Who's that?
Bill Bellamy was VJ.
Marcus says shows on MTV was fun to watch, like Next, Room Raiders, Yo Mama.
Oh, yeah.
Pickle's like MTV Cribs and Pimp My
Cribs.
Ride were my faves.
Now, that came out later when they started doing the reality stuff, but before that stuff, it was still good. I mean, they had Beavis and Butthead and My So-Called Life.
Daria.
Daria was on there. Those were good shows. That's where the Hills came from. They were Beavis and Butthead's neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
The Hills.
Yeah. Piccolo says, yeah, definitely before the trash on nowadays.
Yeah. Well, they had that music, and music was such a big deal at that time. Anybody our age grew up with that. Like, that was the most important thing in the world, I guess you could say.
Chris says, people think Uncle Howdy and Bliss are returning. That's why Nikki Cross is in a trance.
Cool. I mean, Bliss, has she had her baby yet?
Bliss isn't returning. She hasn't even popped out that fucking kid yet.
She's got to have a baby and then get in shape.
She might never come back.
I mean, she just wanted to be famous anyways, and she got there, and then she married somebody that's supposed to be famous. I don't know who it is.
Marcus says Nikki Cross bringing back her sanity character. I like the show High School Stories where students did senior pranks.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Poor Piper Nevin.
Maxine,
Go, Maxine.
get in the ring.
Oh, get down. And now she's gone.
Yeah, no celebrate until after you win. Now look at her.
It's Nia. Nobody's gonna...
Oh, Lord. It's King Kong versus a little monkey. Chelsea Green's still in it, though.
Pickle says, and of course, hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
Yeah, Jackass was a big deal. You know, it's funny trying to explain why Jackass was a big deal to kids. Because they don't understand it. Like, why you would watch a movie of people doing stuff that they get to see every day on the internet.
Right?
It's like, well, we didn't have that.
Uh-huh. Margaret says, I see these women in this match and can't pick one that could give Rhea problems.
Nia.
Nia could.
Rackrod.
Rackrod could.
That's it.
Pete Pillow says Casey is going to become a lawn dart. She might have. I don't think she got thrown over the top, though. She might have. Oh, Hartwell's still in there. Oh, in there. I didn't even see her earlier.
She don't count, but yeah.
She became a lawn dart, but not by Nia Jax, but because of her own
Partner, yeah.
tag team partner.
Carter.
This is pathetically boring.
Oh my god, this is terrible.
This is why I had to eat food, so I didn't fall asleep.
It would be okay if there was somebody in there that was worth anything. I mean, Rackrod's okay, but she's not there yet. And she wrestles weird. I don't like... Can't they just make her like an athlete instead of like trying to be the big strong one that's slow? Because she's not really that slow. She should just wrestle the best she can and then make a character around that. Not just being big and strong with a back.
Pico says, oh, her name is
she's
Ivy
out.
Nile.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl from the Creeds. The Creed brother girl. Yeah.
Get in the ring.
Marcus says, I like Raquel, but she smiles too much for me to take her seriously.
Exactly. That's what I... That and just... She tries to be tough.
No, Niall, no.
All three of them are out there. They can all eliminate each other right here.
All fall off.
Okay, Carter's out. And then Katana's going to take out Niall, maybe? Niall's fun because she's like a little tank. You ever seen that little boy that had muscles when he was little? That's who she reminds me of.
Mm-hmm.
He was like 6 or whatever, and he was all stacked.
Mm-hmm.
We went from boys to men, and now there's only one direction for us to go. The back streets.
The Backstreet Boys.
Well, one direction, boys to men. Back street. And we're so in sync that we should just go
Pico
down the
says,
back streets.
you gotta say, Travis, this is way better than the shit show on 4-Way on Rampage.
Didn't watch it yet.
I don't watch Rampage, I wouldn't know.
Haven't watched it, so you're probably right, though. That shit's tough, man, because those girls, like, at least these girls are somewhat coordinated. Some of those NXT girls,
You
or
mean
not AEW girls, there's none. Like, it's like they've never wrestled before. And so when you're watching it, you're like, how the hell are you that bad?
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, actually.
I need that. Biotrue. The Jets are going to score. He got it.
Well, you're not going to win a game with field goals, guys.
They could do 4 more field goals. 1 by 1.
Yeah, if the other team doesn't get full goals and touchdowns at the same time.
Jets are too good to give up field goals and touchdowns. On the defensive side.
Chris says Niall is like a small version of Camille Brickhouse from NWA.
Yeah, a little bit, I like Camille. That's one girl they should bring in. Tessa Blanchard. They should have Jade Cargill come out and take Becky's spot.
What are these people crying about? On that commercial is creeping me out.
Happiness.
I don't think it's happiness.
Happiness.
I don't think so.
Uh-oh, Rackrod's out. Not eliminated yet, though, but she is over the top rope.
Want to try a chip?
Chelsea boots her. Natalia's hanging on. Chelsea could eliminate both of them, but I have a feeling that they're going to eliminate Chelsea. Let her go. Let them go and back up. No, see? You didn't listen. Is it cool to have your blinkers all working?
Mm-hmm. I don't have a weird light on.
And they're cool as fuck looking in the front.
He said no. He said no, no. He tried and then he's like, ugh.
Chelsea got thrown out. Well, we lost the last of the eye candy. Unless you like Natalia's boobs. She's still on it. She just got booted. Why the hell is Indy Hartwell still in there? This is the bad
Somebody
booking.
forgot to get rid of her.
Well, this is just the bad booking.
Do you want to try it still?
There
Want to give it a good try?
She's not out, but she's sort of out. Ivy Niles throws out Natalia.
Well, that's done for her. Gonna go down there and get it.
Okay, so Indy's out, thank goodness. Now Natalia's out. Ivy Niles is doing pretty good.
Nia Jax is like, I will murder
Nia
you.
Jax is about ready just to toss her. Oh, Jesus. Where's Tegan? Oh, there she is.
Get her, Nia. Did you get it? Did you eat it? No, it's over here. I'll throw it away for you. There you go.
Take her to the corner and just throw her ass out.
Make sure
There
she
she
lands.
is.
Make sure she lands on her knee wrong. Oh.
Don't do that. No. Although she did look like she twisted her knee.
She's not there anymore. She's gone. Where are you going? You can't leave.
Look at Ivy.
Oh my.
She almost squatted her up. She's going for the F5. They build them different in the Diamond Mine.
Dave Averino is in the chat.
Hey,
Hey,
Dave.
Dave. Good to see us. Says Karrion Kross is my man. He
Yeah.
hasn't been around for a minute, but okay. Kross is the best wrestler, highest paid stud muffin. Wow.
Oh.
Kross and his hot wife.
Naya's out. Yeah, she definitely is a smoke
With
show.
some help from 3 of them. What's her face? Better be careful.
She just needs to get in the
Niall,
ring.
she needs to like sneak in,
Just
go to
lay
the other
down.
side and roll out. Get inside.
Why are they all just standing there?
I don't know.
There's a match going on.
They're staring at her. Oh, you knew that was going to happen.
She should have reached up there to shake her hand and then pulled one of them out. That's what they used to do in the old days. But that's dudes. Women might not shake hands.
Yeah, why would they shake hands? So now it's these 3 again. Great.
Yeah, so we got to watch one of these 3, unfortunately, wrestle Rhea Ripley.
Pico's like, she's about to go. Pico also said, then there goes Natalia. Surprise Tegan is there. Oh man, that's the final 4. Now it's the final 3, which were basically the 3 that were in the fucking 4-way that we had over the weekend, or 5-way thing.
Look at, they're all going. Zoe's going to win this stupid thing, isn't she? No, hopefully it's like a 3-minute match. Let go. If you're the girl, the blonde, let go.
And what?
Keep your feet up. It's the one that touches the ground first.
Oh. Land on top of her?
Yeah, just go. Just let go. I say, just let go. It's like,
Are you coming
okay.
back? I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Is that all you got, bitch? And then they
Bleeped it.
bleep it.
They're like, bitch, beep.
Why are they doing Zoe Stark? This is dumb shit. Like, this is the stuff they were doing with Liv.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're doing it with Zoe, and Zoe's not good.
And even though they had what's-her-face push her, it's still not good.
I mean, obviously Rhea's going to beat her, but...
Are you coming back? You going somewhere else?
What you doing?
Smelling your shirt.
Does this smell good, buddy? You going to get in it or something? What you doing? What are you doing?
He's getting all the smells.
I look up, he's like,
he was getting all the extra smells.
probably smells like that cat from yesterday.
What are you doing, baby? No.
I used to have
No.
that jersey, that Aikman jersey that guy has right there. That's
Yeah.
cool. That same one.
That's funny. I don't think I would be able to dress up like that. That's just creepy. Some
You're
weird,
not a true Charger fan, man.
some weird hardcore fans. It's so weird. you doing?
You know what the trick in football is that they never teach you, but your coaches should tell you, but not all of them do? Dude, that isn't a pathway. Get up there and walk.
See how this works out.
These are all taped together.
Uh-huh.
Watch out.
Watch out.
I'm watching.
You're ruining our stuff?
He's like, there's a cat on the wall.
Leopold, what are you doing?
He's chasing himself. There's a shadow on the wall. What you doing, buddy? Why all of a sudden do you have all this energy? It's weird.
Dave says, nice shirts you're wearing. I love Raw. Dave says, Cross versus Gunther, and Gunther will be crying like a baby. Gunther is jealous of Cross. Highest paid in WWE and his wife. Ooh.
Yeah.
Chris says, Cross and Gunther at Mania for IC title would be cool, but he needs to come to Raw in order to face him. Not only that, but Cross needs to actually be relevant, and he hasn't been for like months.
Hey, look.
A year or so. Did Dad get a lap for you? Congratulations.
Not comfortable, but I'm trying to touch my knees together. I can't. Look at it. Look handicapped.
Dave's like, I just love Cross. I can't stop talking about him. He's awesome.
Yeah. Do you like Killer Cross or Karrion Cross? He was Killer Cross in the Indies.
You're going to force him to do stuff he's not going to like. You're just going to have to be normal. Marcus says, I never was impressed with Cross's in-ring work.
Not even in NXT when he was beating the likes of Keith Lee. Then he immediately got called up and lost to Ricochet or something. I can't remember who he lost to. They lost to somebody on a roll-up.
It was terrible. He was the NXT champion that came into WWE and was poopy.
Then they released him, and then Triple H brought him back, and they haven't really used him since.
Not in a good way. Chris says we need to bring in Killer Kelly, team with Killer Cross. Marcus says he lost to Jeff Hardy in a roll-up.
Yeah, that's who it was. I knew it was somebody little.
Picole's like, he lost to Jeff Hardy. Sad. Weak ass bitch.
Gun show.
Tap a knife on it. Dave, bye guys. If Cross was on your show, wow, that would be amazing. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, but
You know,
it could be amazing.
What's funny about it, if he ever goes back to the minors or whatever, the indies, we could, because he answers your shit on TikTok all the time, or on Twitter, I mean.
Yeah, does he?
So, yeah. One guy asked him, he had like 4 followers or something. He's like, would you be on my podcast? He's like, I'd have to talk to WWE about it. Like, dude, I have 3 followers. I'm like, do you want to be on mine? I have a few more than that.
We've been doing our show for 4 years now.
Can you bring the smoke?
We
shop?
haven't said really nice things about you sometimes.
Hey, we speak the truth. It's not
But
your
that
fault. It's
might
not
be
his
something
fault.
they're doing, not you.
It's not his fault.
Picole's like, well, that's how we get rid of riffraffs, is it though? Picole's like, LOL. Marcus says, I'm sure they have a backup winner in case the planned winner accidentally eliminates themselves. But what happens if plan B mess up?
It happens.
They try to make it like it didn't. Like they did with that women's one. And everybody was so pissed about that.
There's Rhea.
She should just laugh and walk away. Ugh. And walk away. Pico says, hey, yo, the old desert BDUs. I may have a Foot Locker full of those in storage. What?
You're terrible. Go away.
Oh my god, like, I wouldn't even give her the time of day.
Why is Rhea so bad at promos?
Why are she still talking to her? Why is she even wasting her time on such garbage? Like, I don't even care if they're like, this is the storyline. I'd be like, no, I'm not wasting my time talking to this person and walking away from this.
What
Thank
she
you,
should have
goodbye.
said is, well, obviously WWE wants me to still be champion when we go to Australia, or they book me against better women. And then walk off. Look at the Eagles belt. Ricochet was just trying not to lose. He wasn't trying to win. Where The Miz was trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
The referee, terrible count.
Well, that, and then he was like, because he was looking back and forth on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird. Marcus says, I remember they had to change in a pay-per-view match because Stone Cold couldn't hold on to the ropes and got eliminated.
Yeah.
Piccolo's got the yawns. Yeah, buddy. Ravi fell asleep, so there's that.
It's funny. Oh, when you said he fell asleep, my first thought was like, oh, I want to join him. And then it made me think of Ross and Joey on Friends, and they're sleeping on the couch together. They cuddle as they sleep.
Oh,
It's like the best nap they've ever had.
that's funny.
And so they do it again. And then when they wake up, all the friends are staring at them.
Like, why are you guys sleeping together? It's weird. Marcus says, with the championship NFL title deals, it will be the only time the Jets sniff a championship.
Right?
There's a few of them that's going to be truth for.
I just want to see the Jaguars win the Super Bowl. I think it'd be kind of cool. Not because of the Tony Khan stuff. But that would be funny also, if you think about it. Because the WWE always makes a championship belt for the Super Bowl winner.
Mm-hmm.
So they would be there. It would be the Jaguars.
Tony Khan's dad. That's funny.
So would they be carrying AEW title belts? Because nobody, like the players would be like, what the fuck?
So this isn't even, is this really the main event?
Yeah.
Wow, they literally left a lot of time for this, didn't they?
Well, there's going to be some entrances. And I'm sure there's going to be some interference or something at the end.
Marcus says, well, Jaguars have the right coach to get it done.
They have the right quarterback to get it done. They probably have the best quarterback in the NFL. I remember watching that dude in college, and I was like, he's legit. And he was, like, young at the time because I think he played the next season, too. And I was like, holy shit.
That's funny.
Clemson. deadline. It is pretty cool. Like, it does make me want to build some of this shit and just do it in the summer in the backyard.
Marcus says Trevor Lawrence reminds me of Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
Sunshine.
That was his name.
No, but they called him Sunshine because he's from California and he had long blonde hair.
Oh.
He had a cannon. They didn't start him because the other quarterback was a better athlete and he could run. And then he got hurt, and so they brought in Sunshine. And it opened up their offense because then they could pass, where a Preacher couldn't pass. But they did a option offense, so everything was runs.
Oh.
And then Sunshine. And none of them liked him because of his hair.
It's weird.
It was that time.
It's a weird thing to hate somebody over. Marcus says his name was Ronnie Bass, a.k.a. Sunshine.
One of my favorite football movies ever. My Dolphins drafted the wrong quarterback. This should be their quarterback right there.
The Chargers?
Yeah, Chargers quarterback right there. Should be the Dolphins quarterback. Then they would be... They'd have probably won this weekend, and they would have won one of the other two, so they'd be like 7-1 or 8-1 or whatever they are.
Marcus says, did you like Invincible?
So... Invincible, is that the one with...
Don't ask me. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
I don't think I know that one.
Is it a Disney one, maybe?
I don't know.
Pugel's like, what would be mine? Varsity Blues.
Football movies?
Pugel says Mark Wahlberg, right? Yeah, wasn't it a Disney movie? And I'm pretty sure he was in it, yeah. Invincible.
The one with the Eagles? That's Invincible? Like he makes the team as a fan? It was alright.
Maybe.
I doubt that was a Disney movie since he was like a drunken fan, but maybe.
Marcus says, my Saints wanted to draft Patrick Mahomes, but the Chiefs traded up one spot ahead to take him. I think if we were able to get Mahomes, Sean Payton would have stayed.
Yeah.
Mahomes
But-
isn't as glorious as you think without other players supporting
Kelsey
him.
And his wide receiver core.
Yeah, he has to have really good offensive players supporting him, or he's not that good. Mahomes really, like, if you
Right.
take away his, like, good offensive players that he works with, he really can't utilize any other players on the field. That was really evident when Kelsey was out for a couple games. He fucking lost, and he was shitty on the field. He was really, really bad.
The thing is he needs that offensive coach, and he's got one of the greatest ever for passers. Andy Reid just knows what he's doing, and everything's short, everything's accurate, and everything's quick. And that's why all of Andy Reid's quarterbacks that he's ever had look really good when they're in his offense. But Sean Payton's also a really good coordinator, really good offensive guy. And so he could have succeeded, but it would be the pieces that they put around him for the Saints.
Which is with a lot of quarterbacks, you have to have a really good offensive. You have to have a good team that supports him in order to bring out all the good things about him. But a really good quarterback can utilize every guy on the offensive team as somebody to use. And the problem with Mahomes is he can't. I've seen it. Like, I've watched him, and I'm just like, yeah, he sucks balls. I'm not a Mahomes fan. I don't think he's as good as people hype him up to be. I think that they just want him to be so good. And put him out there as somebody who supposedly is, but I don't think he really is, just from stuff I see.
It's a system
critiquing
thing. It's a system thing.
His stuff. Pico says, I enjoyed the replacements. It's because you're a Keanu Reeves fan. It's fine.
No, he can't. But we'll watch it anyways.
Marcus says Mahomes is not the same without that offensive coordinator he had. Great quarterbacks like Peyton and Brady make others look better.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would categorize Peyton and Brady as great quarterbacks. Brady was a made person on a team from a coach that knew how to utilize and make him what he wanted him to be. And he took that and he did go somewhere else, but he was also farmed and made into a little quarterback robot where he was at for, how many seasons.
Yeah, Bill Belichick knows what he's doing.
And Peyton, you're talking about Peyton Manning.
Peyton's hard to argue about because he's just great.
I don't know if he's great.
He's tall, he's big, he's strong, he was a pocket passer, and he was super accurate. He's different than Brady. Talent-wise, he's better than Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence, he's better than Brady. But Brady was just in better systems.
Yeah.
But Peyton he won a Super Bowl with the Colts under Dungy. And he had, free reign. And then he went to Denver and won 2. So he won 3 Super Bowls in 2 different, cities.
Yeah.
Almost said countries.
Mark says, great, Pico says, sue me. About what? That you enjoyed the replacements? Or that you like Keanu Reeves? Hey, just because I tease you about liking Keanu Reeves doesn't mean shit, because I like Keanu Reeves too. So...
Did I ever tell you, Piccola, that I ended up watching that, The Shining?
I don't think we talked about it after we watched it in here.
The Shining I have figured
out. Marcus says, how is Peyton Manning not great?
No, he is. I don't... absolutely great. He's just a big, athletic... Well, not athletic. That's the wrong word. Athletic as in a passer. I think he was very good.
Pico says, did you ever like Brett Favre?
Yeah, I don't mind Favre. He was a gunslinger. He would throw as many interceptions as he did touchdowns or whatever, but he was good.
Completed passes to his own team?
Yeah, he was tough because if you were a Packers fan, which I never was, because you could easily win big games because he wouldn't change. So he would play the same no matter what, right? He would just force the ball because his arm was so good. He was very talented. And so he would force the ball in places he shouldn't have, and the other team would catch it every once in a while. And then you'd lose playoff games because he would turn the ball over. If he was just a little more conservative, they would have won probably quite a few Super Bowls.
Marcus says Peyton won 2 Super Bowls and been to 3. I thought he won 3 Super Bowls.
He won 3. He won 1 in Indianapolis and won 2 in Denver.
People's like, oh, you, nice. It's one of my faves. Pretty nutty. There's a long-awaited sequel called Dr. Sleep. Yeah, it's about his son. It came out in like 2013 or something.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that,
or
but
16 or 17.
I'm like 98% sure that she's the bad guy. That it's all in her head.
Right.
And then every time that she's having the vision is when the camera is back behind him. So all the other like when you're watching the movie, like here's another example. They're sitting in the front room and there's just a TV sitting there that's not plugged in. She's watching something on it, which would be impossible. And the little boy is like bored as fuck. He's watching the snow fall because there's nothing on the TV. And he's like, can I go get my fire truck?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, your dad's in there sleeping. And he's like, well, I'll be really quiet. And so then when it cuts to the next scene, when he goes up there and gets to go get the fire truck, his dad's up. And then it pans behind him again. So anytime it's behind him, it's her thinking he's doing it. And so that's the full conversation. That's all in her head. That's not what's really happening. And you can tell because the bed's in a different place. So when you're watching it, when he walks in the room, look where the dad's sitting. There's an end table next to the bathroom. But when she has the thought, it reflects off the mirror and comes back, and you can see the boy on the other side of the room. The bed is right next to the door. There's no end table. Because she's remembering it, like, because it's her memory as it's happening.
Marcus says Brett Favre was known to throw interceptions late in the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he was more conservative, you know.
Peyton won one with the Colts and one with Denver and lost to the Saints in 2009.
Oh, did they? He didn't win back-to-back then, huh? I thought he won back-to-back.
Marcus also says the tape that's on Rollins' back, what is it supposed to do exactly? It's called kinetic tape. It's supposed to separate the muscle
From the skin.
from the skin. So it's supposed to ease whatever pain or issues are happening. They use it a lot in physical therapy. It actually helps a lot, actually.
Yeah, professional athletes use it all the time, especially in like the Olympics and things.
It's just for small, like, injury, not like major injuries or anything like that, but like small things that are happening. Like, you know, you have like a tired muscle, or you have like a small injury to a shoulder. Yeah, I mean, the wrestlers use it a lot. And sometimes when they're doing storylines, but they do use it for like actual reasons too. But a lot of physical therapists use it on everyday average people. And they use it a lot in professional sports stuff.
Mike's Hot Honey.
I don't know who Mike is or why he has hot honey, but weird.
The little boy when he's riding his
Tricycle?
tricycle. Mm-hmm. If you look at the floor is directional.
Okay.
When he's riding it, he's having fun, but when it pans behind him, remember it's her memory in this theory. He's going the carpet's backwards.
Mm.
But then when they go back to him playing on the floor, he's now back where he like going in the right direction. But then when he goes to walk in the door of room 237, whatever room that is, I can't remember. The carpet's backwards again. And then he goes in, and then there's a monster, which the bruise obviously came from her. But she's delusional. Just like when they were in the bathroom. The little boy goes, I was in the bathroom, I was brushing my teeth, and the next thing I know, my mom was shaking me, telling me to wake up. He never fell asleep. Mm-hmm. She just walked in and started shaking it. But they make it like he passed out, and the doctor's trying to deal with him.
Right.
But it's her having...
Because, like, lots of people, they're out in the cold. I've seen it so many times. I know there's hundreds of theories. Yeah. Travis just likes to get stuck on one theory, and then that's it.
Well, I like to listen to them all, and then go with the one that makes the most sense. It's like, what's his name? Sherlock Holmes type thing. Like, try to eliminate... Well, that wouldn't work. The only way it would make sense is if the director just kept fucking up. Because there's furniture that's there in scenes and not there in other scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how could he fuck up that much?
I don't know. Maybe the plug for the TV was way behind it, and the way the camera angle was, it was just straight out behind it, and you couldn't see it.
Right. But you would have saw it at some point.
I don't know. I just noticed it because I was like, TV's not even plugged in.
And that's a huge one.
I pointed that out.
Mm-hmm. That's a big one. That's like
It's
one
been
of
a
the
long
biggest
time
ones.
since I've seen it because the last time I saw it was at the college theater one Halloween years ago. That was the last time I'd seen it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it again in like little sections so I can kind of try to figure it out. I probably should read the book, and then that might give me a little bit of different view of it also.
Yeah, because it doesn't follow the book as well as what people are upset about. They say patience doesn't do any good.
Oh, and then the guy's first name changes. The killer that killed his family before.
Oh.
Why does his first name change? Because when he's in the bathroom talking to him, that's in her mind. And when he first hears of the guy, it's when he's in the meeting with the hotel manager.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually hears that he's there. That's the real name. But when he's telling her about it, because she's into that stuff, the haunted stuff and all that. So when he tells her, she just catches the last name. So when she's having her fantasy that he's talking to the guy in the bathroom, he has a different name. Same last name.
If you're just joining us, or if you're out there still, we're just watching the last match of Raw tonight.
Yeah, the main.
It's Seth versus Sammy. Sammy got himself a title match, and people are upset about it. Hint, Damian Priest.
Yeah, because
So we'll see if he's going to come out and make sure that, either he tries to cash in or that Sammy definitely doesn't win.
Because Seth needs all the help he can get. Said no one.
Nah. It's because of what Sammy did to Damian at Crown Jewel, still in his briefcase and stuff. Still butthurt about it.
Well, they're beating the crap out of each other right now. Hockey fighting. Also a hockey term. The gloves are coming off. Because you drop your gloves to fight in hockey.
Yeah. Especially when they have their little helmets still on. You should just do what that one guy did and just blade him to death.
Do the super kick. Right in the throat.
Jesus. I guess they did some investigation on him. I guess he's the most in that league or whatever it is. He's the most penalized player, most aggressive penalized player.
Right. Well, I mean, he killed somebody.
Well, we know that, but I mean
it's-
before that.
Right.
Not after it, before. Pico says, what was the outcome again? The outcome of... You had told me he didn't get punished. Oh, the hockey player guy? Is that, yeah, I don't, a lot of people are calling for him to be, like, punished and, like,
well, I mean,
something suspended or something, but.
He should be thrown in jail.
Like, they haven't done anything that I know
At
of.
minimum, it should be attempted murder.
Like, a lot of, because they're, like, trying to, because he's probably saying, well, I didn't do it on purpose. But the fact of it is like, he did attack him with his skate on purpose.
He kicked him in the throat.
Whether he, well.
He kicked.
He kicked. Now.
With the bottom of his foot. So whatever you
Now. That's the point, right? He kicked him. That was his intentional action. His unintentional action was that he got the guy in the throat, in his jugular, and killed him.
Right. But was it unintentional? Or did he do it
He intentionally kicked him.
Right. That's
but I don't think he intentionally meant to kill him. There's a difference. I mean, I'm not saying that what he did is, in between. I'm saying, like, that's the actions that happened. Should he be punished for his actions? Yes, he should be. He should be either suspended from the team for the rest of the season or something without pay or whatever. I don't give a flying fuck.
It's the same thing as driving your car at 150 miles an hour and wrecking and killing your friend. Did you mean to drive fast? Yes. Did you mean to kill him? No.
Well, that would be involuntary manslaughter,
Exactly.
but you have to also remember they're in the UK and they don't care about that shit there. They only care if you have, like, pit bull breeds of dogs now.
Or guns.
Or if you have a gun. They don't care if you, like, stab people or murder them with your ice skates.
Well, yeah, because stabbing there is allowed, I believe. Because that's what they wanted, right? Was the knife crimes?
Yeah, they just want knife crimes. So they're okay with them just
Look at
stabbing
this
everybody.
He gets sacked like 10 yards behind, so there's 10 right there.
Oh,
There's
God.
12. There's 15.
Oh, my gosh.
That was about 19 yards, huh?
What a dumbass. Hello. It's called Get Rid of the Ball.
Throw it to
Oh,
Lee,
no, so that's hurt. He hurt his butthole.
which is right below his back.
Sometimes.
You know. I don't stab in the back. I stab in the front.
So weird. Omarosa.
Oh. Have you ever heard that group of guys, they sit around and they talk about songs? The words?
The
of
words.
songs?
Probably not.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Because they're like, okay, this is what you heard, right? And you're like, yeah. And then they're like, okay, this
Ew, is what it says.
is what it says. Or something, you know? And
They're
then,
trying to say that this is what other people hear.
yeah. And then they'll tell you, and then you hear it.
No.
And then you can't unhear it, and it bugs the shit out of you. I'm like, I didn't hear that until they said it, and now I can't unhear it.
Right. Okay, Ravi's back. Ravi's back in the chat. Ravi, tell us, do you know anything about the hockey player? If he's been, like, if they're going to take any action against him about killing that guy that was on the other hockey team. The American guy that was on the other hockey team that was a UK hockey team. Both of them were. Because you're saying, nah. In the UK, we take it seriously. So I want to know. Are they taking it seriously that he killed that guy?
Because
That he killed him.
he kicked him on purpose.
So you can't just say, ooh, the guy died. Oops. Because he kicked him on purpose. Right. Maybe not intentionally to kill him, but to hurt him.
Right.
And he killed him. So I don't have, I don't watch the UK news or or any.
I don't even watch my local news, so definitely not.
You know, the only news I get every once in a while is stuff that's happening is like through TikTok and stuff. If I happen to have people from UK on my stuff. Piccolo says, "Are they comedians?" These guys, not necessarily comedians that do the song stuff. They just are like.
I don't know.
They're like they
know who
just
they
go
are.
over like. Sometimes they're really popular songs and sometimes they're not very popular songs, but songs. And they're like, oh, yeah, you know how you always thought it said blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, some people hear it as this. And they'll play the clip of what they're talking about in the song over and over and over and over again. And they'll say, no, that's not what I hear. I hear...
And then they'll play it again, and then you'll hear that, and you're like, what the fuck?
And it's like, yeah, because I think they put it in there.
No, they don't. You can start the video over, because that's what I thought, too. You can start the video over, and then you'll hear just that. It's like, dude. There's one that was like a Sesame Street character.
Yeah.
I sent it to you. And it clearly says we could go do something. Like, it was simple, and they're like, you didn't hear that?
They were talking about toasting. It was the...
And then you go...
Gonzo and
then he comes back, and then it's
Elmo
like...
or somebody.
Let's fucking do it, or something. And I'm like, what the... Now I couldn't unhear it after I heard that. Like, you son of a bitch. Now the Sesame Street character's swearing.
Rob is like, they are going to take it seriously. They're going to look into it. Well, you're saying they're going to, but I'm asking, have they put out information in the news that they are investigating it?
I mean, it was like a week ago. They should have already
Because
had
they
him-
should already have them releasing information that they are going to look into it. Now, they're gonna win. Like, is the guy, because I don't watch hockey at all, except for when Travis has stuff on here. But I don't watch the hockey teams over there. So I want to know, is he suspended from play? Is he suspended without pay from playing? While they're looking into this.
I mean, these professional hockey players, now granted they're professional, and they hate each other sometimes, but you'll never see them kick another player.
No.
You just never see it. The accidents come with the goalie. Because you're sliding in sometime.
Mm-hmm.
That's your only accident. You never ever see it out on the ice. Maybe a stick across the eye or face or something.
Yeah.
But never a skate. We got about 6 minutes left in this show. Vexploder.
Robbie says, do you get your ears tested if you can't hear what the song says properly? Sure, Robbie. That's what we're talking about.
Get that thing. They have a thing now. It goes in your ear canal. You can see. It's like a camera.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want one of those. Oh, that's that scary show. Sammy's doing it. I think it's really called Thanksgiving. There he goes, Boston Crab. No, it isn't.
Call what?
It's as deep as you could ever cinch it. Like, he's not even sitting down. He got him. It's over. Seth wins.
Seth Rollins gets a fluke roll-up on old Sammy. There wasn't even Damien out there to do anything interesting.
Seth.
I was like, no, but it's true, though, D. Don't just pretend to say what you think you hear. Robbie, if I care enough about the song to know what it says and I'm not sure, I usually look up the lyrics.
By the way, I don't know if you care, but you vote tomorrow.
About what?
It's just voting day.
I don't know if there's anything worth voting for out in that area.
Right. Just letting you know.
Robbie says Seth with that big up.
Are they going to shake hands?
Oh my god, not shaking hands.
Start the match back up. Let's make it 2 out of 3.
What is up with this crap lately?
Well, it's 2 baby faces.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, exactly, dude, look up the lyrics. Robbie, shut the fuck up. You're not even being helpful with any information that I really want to know. I don't give a flying fuck about the lyrics and songs. I'm always going to sing that there's a bathroom on the right, whether you like it or not.
There's a bathroom on the right.
Exactly.
By the way, that does say that. Pretty sure.
It does not. It says bad moon. Weirdo. I know what the lyrics are.
On the rise.
On the rise, yes.
Bathroom on the right.
There's a bathroom on the right, bitches.
Oh, it's Uso Penitentiary. Jailbreak.
No. Here he comes. He's going to try to save him. Dominic's like, I'll take him. Oh,
There,
no,
look,
I didn't
you
quite
think
get
he's
it.
playing hockey right now. If he had his
Super
hockey
kick.
skates on, it'd be the exact same thing. Uh-oh. Damien got him with a thrust kick.
No, not the thrust kick. Who's going to save him? Cody?
Cody! We better have a 4-on-4 match next week.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Or could they do it in the cage?
Maybe. With a Survivor Series?
Yeah. Just do good old-fashioned Survivor Series match, 4-on-4.
I was like, oh, is your bathroom on the right in your house? That's handy to know. Depends on where you're coming from. And, no, it's a song. We're talking about the lyrics of a song. It's an old school song from, like, the 60s.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Exactly. Marcus says, well, this is the War Games match right here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They could do this one, too.
He's tired of games.
War Games. Let's do it. Well, there you go. First War Games match.
Why are you guys upset? You guys should be excited about it.
Cody's laughing.
McDowell looked really scared.
Kill it.
I dig that.
You're such a killer.
Well, it's a stupid knot. Do you want it flying in your
One right
face?
there by your knee.
Yeah, that was probably the one I didn't get.
He was flying over here a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
I came after him with vengeance, but I missed.
Probably got something gross happening in her house somewhere, and that's why. Probably in the bathroom. Bobby says, is that song called Stuck in the Middle with You? I don't know.
Stuck in the middle.
Marcus
with
says
you.
we need Regal
No.
back in WWE just so he can yell War Games. Pickle's like, Pierce veins popping. Boo. Yeah, he has all sorts of veining out.
Because of the veinage.
Alright, well, there's another match for Survivor Series War Games or whatever the fuck it's called.
They got 2 of them.
But,
That's
yeah.
it.
Alright, well, they didn't really have too much of a fallout for Raw from Crown Jewel stuff.
No. I
Nothing
think there'll
to-
be more on SmackDown just because of the Kyrie Sane thing.
Yeah. But anyways, that's the end of the show tonight, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in on AEW Wednesday this week.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.